The only way this thing will be official is if the people choose it. So that means share the show. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Man, 2024, starting it with a bang with Outlaw Radio on a Monday night. Outlaw Radio live from the basement a whole damn year. It's usually what we call a year review show. A whole damn year. Welcome to the show. My name is Kevin Barnes. I am the mayor of Chocolate City, militant with a microphone, the mouthpiece of the movement, aka the Negro Whisperer, also known in some circles as the world-class smartass. Right? So welcome to the show. I'm not alone. I got my esteemed. I have to add all kinds of adjectives to his name now. Right? My esteemed co-host, man. My brother, how you doing in Happy New Year, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. You know, we can also add award-winning to this thing too, man. You know what I mean, man? Life is great. Life is great. Welcome to Outlaw Radio. Welcome to Outlaw Radio, where we talk that talk and we definitely walk that walk, raising vibrations and elevating thought. Y'all better come on in. I'm trying to tell you, I am the black woman lover, the black man's brother, the culture teacher, hood healer, the ghetto witch doctor. Hey, mama, there go the CMOS, man! That's what I got. Come on down, y'all. Holla at the kid.
My man 50 grand, Kamar Carter in the building, man. Y'all better support this, man. Y'all better support black business. It's 2024. We can't be still talking about shit, not doing shit. Share the show. Share the show. Share the YouTube feed. Join the People's News Network Facebook group. Once again, share the show, share the show, share the show. That's all I can ask is that you just put it everywhere. Put some paint where it ain't. One thing I realized about tonight, Kamar, which is very significant, is that this, in essence, is the 10th anniversary of the People's News Network. And when I say that, I mean 10 years ago, I decided to start. I wasn't calling it wasn't called a podcast. We were calling it internet radio, right? My wife, like I love to hear you tell the story about how your lady kind of gave you the idea for bottling up vitality, right?
Yeah.
Like, so my wife in real life, me always wanting to be on the radio, terrestrial radio, which I'm gonna talk about. From a young age, going to school, getting a bachelor's degree in radio and television. I had to get a job to take care of my family, but I always wanted to be on the radio. So my wife says to me, this is a new day. This is a new age. Why are you worried about radio stations that their signals don't even they don't reach certain places? Just do internet radio. And I was dismissive at first, like, you know. And so I seen shout out to my homeboy A Blast in Arizona. His wife had the London Brown show, which was an internet radio show. And I went on her show. And I said, man, I forgot how much I love doing this shit because I had done this in college. And man, from there, I said, I'm gonna start. The name of the show at first was Chocolate City, right? And that's why I say the mayor, because I would say the mayor of Chocolate City. And so shout out to T Brad, shout out to LPE, shout out to my brother Bear Meat, and even my cousin Lemonhead. They were all on the show in the beginning. Nobody knew what the fuck. I was on Blog Talk Radio. You know, it was just a crazy setup so far away from where I am now, in which I had to use a house phone. I had to get a landline hooked up. This is crazy how we did it. But it morphed, and then Outlaw Radio came. And so I was doing Chocolate City and Outlaw Radio, and I just decided, you know what, they're the same. So I just basically we became Outlaw Radio. And so, the rest after that, Kamar. Eventually you came along. We've been through a couple different. I had to go into the video, like the visual part of it. And I think when you initially came aboard, we weren't visual yet. I don't think we
Yeah,
were.
we were.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You
yeah, it
say
was a
you just started doing it, I think.
okay. Okay. So yeah, and so 10 years, man, and I can't I've interviewed celebrities, I've interviewed politicians, I've met so many wonderful people, right? Like just making connections, just talking to people and bringing awareness to the community. I'd like to see us a little bit, farther ahead than we are, but a lot of that is my own reservations as well. Because you don't want to whore something out. When you create something, when it's your baby, you don't want to whore it out. Kamar, you were telling me about branding one time, and we were talking, and I was thinking, yeah, you don't want to whore, but even with Nature's Nature, you don't want to whore it out. You want it to be organic, right? You want it. So I've been very protective of it. So shout out to y'all who listen. People talk numbers. We've been sky high in the numbers. We've been bottom with the numbers. Just so shout out to everybody in Milwaukee, and I do realize that there are a lot of people who really know about Outlaw Radio, right? Like, and they acknowledge it. So, but yeah, man. So happy New Year to y'all. Happy birthday to the People's Network. Big ups to you, Kamar, for being a long-term rider. Myself for just making sure. I mean, you got to think, man. It's at a certain point. I was doing the Big Black Sports Show. I was doing Outlaw Radio. We were going hard. I think I was on like four days a week at one point, every week without fail. We never missed, and we were all here in this studio. it wasn't virtual
Yeah.
like it is now. I would have to have people. It was crazy, man. I had this whole mad scientist hookup in my basement. But shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all, man, for for giving me support for something that just kind of one of them whispers that comes from the heavens one night when you're sitting looking for, I need something. Man, what do I need to do? You're looking for inspiration and just hey, Outlaw Radio, right? Like, who said that? So, so shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. My chat room. Listen, there's a number 262-202-5131. 262-202-5131. We got a chat room. The chat room's always popping, always popping, always popping. Ewok says, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Dion, what it do? He said, we live. He said, man, what the fuck? Shout out to you, my sister Sharon Evans. She said, what's going on, Outlaws? Happy New Year. Orlando Owens, my brother. Orlando, holla at your mans, right? Shout out to you. Happy New Year. Dion said, Happy motherfucking New Year's, my guys. I didn't think we were on tonight. You know what? I have to give it up for the word mob, man, for the information gang. Because I'm chilling, man. I feel like Dion said, Happy birthday, Bull. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Peace.
And we're gonna talk about your birthday. I'm just on my shit right now. I'm sorry.
Hey, do your
Um,
thing, man. Do your thing.
but I was just like holidays for me because it's all about my family. Like for me, that's my social circle right now is my family, my outlaws, and just one West Side Zeladon. That so I'm thinking, they want to be off on a holiday. They don't want to be on here. They want to spend time with their family. And everybody was like, "Nah, what you talking about, man? Let's do the show." I said, "Fuck it, y'all want to come on?" So here we are. Now, let's say this again. You had a birthday. And
Yes.
I seen you put your just talk about your birthday, man. How was your birthday? First of all,
Man.
happy birthday, Witch Doctor. How was your birthday?
Thank you, man. I had a ball with the fam, man. I like to do different shit, man. You know what I mean? Especially now on my birthday. I grew up my whole life. New Year's Eve is a party everywhere, you know what I mean? So it's real easy to find a party, you know what I'm saying? But just to find some genuine fun, you know what I mean? My family over here at the house, man, they got me up in the morning. They was like, we on our way to Chicago. We rode down there. We stopped at a little quaint vegan restaurant called Liberation, where in the back of the restaurant they had about 30 to 40 old school video games. Like you would go to the arcade, right? And you could play is all you could play. You know what I mean? Give them a couple of dollars and you play all you want. But we did that. And then I left there, man. We went to Waking Bakery in Chicago. Oh
Okay.
my goodness, dog, man! I had this drink, man. It was some kind of watermelon drink, and they called it with an extra fuck it. They called it a fuck it. That's 100
Oh wow.
milligrams of THC. You know
Oh
what I'm
shit.
saying? So, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, I took a couple sips. Dog, man, it was almost instantaneous. You know, liquid hit your bloodstream real quick.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? So, like, I was feeling it real good. We all was feeling it. We was up in that motherfucker stone, man. We left there. We shot down the Navy Pier. We hung out down the Navy Pier for a while. We ice skated. I had a ball doing that, man. I hadn't ice skated since I was like 10. You know what I'm saying? So I put on some ice skates, man, and hit the ice. You know, I'm zooming around the
I
ice rink.
seen that.
Hey, I felt like I was zooming around the ice skate rink, right? But you know, it was dope, man. It was dope.
Give
Dope
it
as
up for
shit.
Kamar being a black man on ice skates.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah. And you know, the crazy thing, Kamar, is as we get older, especially as men, what we want to do on our birthday or how we want to celebrate it changes, right?
Yeah,
Because
it do.
naturally you think, hey man, big party, cake, blood. Sometimes it's like, nah, I just want to
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah. I
Christmas,
just want to be around the people I love. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And so
And have a good time.
Christmas has changed in that regard for myself as well. We just went Christmas for whatever it's worth. And I know a lot of people, especially us as black
Right.
people, we feel the way we feel. And you can call it what you want. I want to get into semantics, but I'm saying I like for me, the spirit of it has changed. Like it's so important that I'm spending time with my family. It's so important that I can, look at my kids and see them smile. And like that stuff, it actually means more to me now. Back in
Right.
the days as a kid, you're all about what you getting me, what you getting me. And I think you can
Mhm.
mess up Christmas for kids if you don't teach them at the same time that, yeah, you're getting gifts, but it's about a spirit of giving overall. So it ain't just
Right.
about you getting what you want. It's about
Right.
a time when whoever you love, or, it's about giving to them or just helping anybody, the spirit of giving. Like I'll help an innocent person. It's Christmas. Fuck it. So
Yep.
yeah, man, I had a dope Christmas too. How was your, I know you don't really get into the Hallmark joints, but how was your holiday? How was
Yeah,
your,
the Christmas was relaxing. I got a chance to kick back, you know what I mean, and not do nothing all day.
there
I
we go.
enjoy I enjoy those days, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I could wake up and get my YouTube, make me a cup of coffee or something, man, and just chill, you know what I mean? Like that
Yeah,
was
man.
amazing in itself. And then again, I got to hang out with the people close to me, you know?
That's what it's about. And when you learn to separate what matters from fake love, see, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
when you mature, you start to understand what's all love ain't real love, right? Like all friends ain't really friends, right?
you're
Like so
right.
you get to a certain point where you got to filter for all the bullshit, and you like, dude, I only want to be around the people where it's actual real love, right? So like
Right,
if I don't see you for 10 years and you don't call me or reach out to me when you see me, don't say, oh, what up, cuz I love you. You actually don't.
right.
Well, if you do, you might love me from over there. But that's not what I would consider real solid love. Shout out to y'all, man. Happy holidays to all y'all. Happy birthday to the witch doctor. Happy birthday to the People's News Network. 10 years of this. I ask most podcasters now, where were you at 10 years ago? Most of them wasn't podcasting, Kamar.
Right.
I ain't trying to shoot no shade. I'm just saying a lot of people who have platforms now, if you say, well, I do this, I do this. What was you doing 10 years ago? Probably
Right.
looking at somebody who was saying, dude, crazy. That shit'll never work. Sharon Evans said, happy birthday, Kamar. I need some sea moss. Okay, there you go. There you go. Business,
Yeah.
business, business. Yes. Hit that man up. Y'all know how to reach him. Kamar, what's
Yeah,
what's your number?
tomorrow,
What's your
tomorrow
number?
morning, we'll be open tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock, 11 to 7,
Okay.
Tuesday through Saturday at the Sherman Phoenix. Pull on up, y'all. Pull on up. I got deals this week. This is the first week of the year. You know what I mean? I got deals. Pull on up, man. You know, it's time to get them cleanses in. You know what I mean? We the holidays passed. Y'all done ate all that
All
garbage.
that,
We done
yeah,
drunk a
all
whole
that
bunch of
bullshit.
garbage. You know what I'm saying? It's time to clean that blood. Let's get that blood clean. I got cleanses, all my small cleanses. They're gonna be 2 for $15. They $10, 2 for 15. You could get you a colon cleanse and a detox, or you could get you a detox and a liver and kidney cleanse. You know what I mean? So we can switch them up, 2 for 15 all week, y'all. Come on.
Yeah, and we watched my family and I watched the Clumps, Nutty Professor. So when he said colon cleanse, he said, "I'll show you how to clean your colon." That's just, we watch, movie time, man. Movie time with the
Yeah,
fam. Orlando said, "You are family." Of course, Orlando. Come on, man. Come on. He said, "Happy birthday, witch doctor."
peace.
A lot of people might think in order to be cool with me, you would have to agree with everything I say. And I tell people most of the time, I become friends with somebody because they don't agree with everything I say. Right. Like I say, I like that motherfucker. Right. I like him. I'm holla at dude. Hey Brown. I say, hey Brown, hey Blast. I was just telling you about the London Brown show. When I started, how I actually started in the London Brown show. His wife, London Brown. Shout out to London. Uh, Maat El Bay Booker. That's real family fun. You right. Like we play Uno and stuff like that, man. That's why when I seen Kamar with the video games, like my family, we've always been a group. We dig that shit. Like we'll go, especially before my back got fucked up. We playing laser tag. We playing arcade games, bumper boats,
Hmm.
go karts, all that shit with your family is what's up, man. It's what's up. So happy birthday again, bro. Orlando Owens said black ice. That's Kamar, man. He's ice skate, man. And he tried to
Yeah.
get fancy with it. I seen this shit. I said, oh, he got slick with this shit. That's living. That's living. Living. Sharon Evans said, Muhammad Ali said, if you the same man you were 30 years ago, you have wasted 30 years.
That's
Listen,
right.
that's put well, right? Like, there's no way, he said, amen. There's no way that, as a man, you should be in any close to the space you were 20 years ago. If you've, if you, there, I always say there's a maturation process. If you are still, I would even dare to say, Kamar, socially, if you are in the same place now where you were 20 years ago, you might want to look at your growth. I know it happens
Anywhere.
where people
If
say,
you
no, I'm with the
anywhere.
homies, but yeah. So
If you anywhere in the same place you was 20 years ago, except your physical health, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere other than that, you know what I mean? Something's wrong.
right. Yeah, man. It's all about growth, man. It's all about, I think the one thing I wanted to do when I decided to start this was show you a picture of black men who aren't fuck boys. Like
Right.
I pride myself on associating myself with brothers who are real, especially brothers from the soil. And I say 414 versus everybody. And like we've had tough conversations with sisters. We've had tough conversations about relationships. And I've gotten that question, well, what do you tell your guys who are deadbeat dads? And the answer has always been, I don't have any guys that are deadbeat dads. So
Mhm.
I don't associate myself, I try to keep, you are who you hang around. And that's why some people feel like, why am I stuck in the same place? Well, look around you.
Right.
Who you look can say who you love and who you want to be.
Right.
Right. Ewok said, cats need to get that good health bag. K Bull, it's a virus out here whooping ass. COVID is popping, man.
Yeah,
COVID is back
COVID.
popping.
It's a throat virus going on out here, man. You know what I mean? Y'all got to get your immune systems together, man. And listen, I'm gonna tell you, and I ain't just jacking. This hot elderberry sea moss tea is the truth. Is the truth.
Okay.
I'm telling you, like, damn it, every day I got somebody coming back to the store telling me how well it did them. You know what I'm saying? They caught it right when they was feeling itchy in the throat, right when they was feeling something. They come and get this tea, man, and like it's live, man. I ain't just jacking because it's mine, but I am jacking
Right.
at the same time, right?
No, hey, double duty, baby.
Pop
Why
my
not?
shit, man. I'm popping my shit, man.
All 2024. As we
Straight
say,
up.
22 fold.
I ain't
22
letting up.
fold.
Motherfucker gonna get tired of me, man.
Man, mama, they go to CMOS, man.
Straight
Mark
up. They
Ross,
gonna
how you
get
doing, my
tired
brother?
of
He
me.
said greetings. How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing, Mark Ross? I
Peace.
hope your podcast is going well. Dion said, nigga, I've been sick since Christmas. Listen, everybody thought it was fun and games. If you go back a couple weeks, I had to like not do a show on a Monday night because I was I'm like, there's no way I'm getting on the show like this, right? And my son, he came down with COVID. My son actually had COVID because If you cough or sniffle around my house, my wife is coming at you with the nose swab. She got cases of home COVID tests. You gonna get your nose dug in. So,
Mm,
so he had COVID, and then, luckily I didn't get it. I've had it before. You remember, Kamar? We talked
mm-hmm.
about that before, but it's back, man. So be careful, man. Be careful how you move. I was looking at the Young Boosie or Lil Boosie concert last night, and I seen people packed into a venue, and I was just thinking, like, is that really safe right now? But I know there's people going to NBA games, going to NFL stadiums. The world had to open back up. We know the economy is still kind of coming out of recovery, from the world being shut down during the pandemic. But, like, is this safe? I don't know, especially people who got kids, because your kids bring all kinds of shit into the house. Everybody, like, at the time my son had COVID, I was dealing with this. I thought I said it was a cold. My wife was convinced it was COVID. I took the test. I didn't have it. But so many more people. Rail, shout out to Rail. Even Courtney, shout out to Courtney. They both said, "Hey, man, I'm sick. I'm sick." Like, they both missed shows. So it's definitely some shit out here, Kamar. So I think right
Mm-hmm.
now it might be needed for you to just
I'm gonna tell you now.
elderberry.
Hey, I know it is really because every whenever something's going, like whenever it's a spike, when the pandemic was going, whenever the numbers would shoot up, I would know it because my elderberry sales go up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is something live going on out here. I wasn't just saying that shit, but it is. So you know what I mean? Y'all be
Oh, I know.
careful. Work on your immune system. You know, that
Yeah.
shit, it really works. I also got an antiviral detox. Yeah, it says detox, but I'm going to tell you it's antiviral. And a lot of these flus, they run in your bloodstream. So, you know what I mean? You want to clean your blood to keep that virus up out of there. This
Okay.
shit is real, and it's also going to boost your immune system and all that good stuff. It's going to clean your urinary tract. It's going to balance your hormones. It's antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory. It's anti-cancer. It's an antibiotic. This detox is cold, y'all. I do it every day, faithfully.
She said,
All you need is a couple shots at a time.
Dion said he was down for the count, Kamar. Sharon Evans said, is the elderberry tea antiviral? She
Yes,
said,
it is.
okay. Okay. Hit this man up. I told you, hit this man up. Man, 10 years of the People's Network, man. Kamar had a birthday. It was Christmas. My daughter turned 21. And now it's 2024, right?
Just like that.
Just like that, right? Take that, take that, take that.
Take that. Take that.
Randy Jones, we were supposed to hook up. I think Randy, that was actually the show I missed. He said, "Hey, Dr. Kevin Barnes." Yeah, hey, how you doing, my brother? I still got to get you on, Randy. Randy's running for an aldermanic seat. Randy is a friend of the show. Randy's a good dude. And years ago, ironically, when he ran before, he was on Outlaw Radio. I think you might have even, Randy, I think you might have even come down to 3041. Shout out to Keith Terry when we were doing 3041 live from the VIP in 3041. So he's been a long time Outlaw supporter. Courtney said we all were sick. I know I was out of mind by the time I don't know if I passed it through the microphone to y'all. Mine was cleared. I still got a little cough, but it's not like, man, I'm telling you, I was wheezing.
Man, y'all
Courtney
better come
Kelly.
on in, I'm telling you.
Shout out to Courtney Kelly, my fellow Rufus King General, class of 94. We got a 300,000th class reunion coming up. We old as fuck. I'm almost ashamed to tell people how long I've been out of school. She said, I still spray my son coat and book bag with Lysol when he come from school. Something is out here, but don't forget we can still get the flu. And yes, boost your immune system. Absolutely. 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 Sharon Evans said, congratulations on 10 years. 10 years, man. 10 years. 10 years I've been talking shit. It takes a lot to talk shit consistently for 10 years straight, at least twice a week, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of shit to talk.
I talk a lot of shit, right? Ain't shame of it. She said, "Hey, Outlaws, hey, what up, Courtney? Join us anytime, right? Join. I don't know, right? Hop in anytime, right? Randy, 7th District. That's something in my talking points because I want to go over the previous year, which is 2023, but also discuss what's coming in 2024. And that's why the show is called A Whole Damn Year. If you want to call in and join in the conversation, please, please, please do so. The number's 262-202-5131. Scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and the Cash App is there too. If y'all want to invest in our new audio system that we're putting in, hit that Cash App, because I'm gonna change the audio for the show. I have a plan, right? I have a plan. She says she got it. Okay. Antonia Anderson, how you doing? Um, First we got to start to talk about this year, 2023. It zoomed by fast, but I think it was one of those years where a lot of important things happened, right? The first thing that I have to look at is that we start this year off now with an increased tax. 7.9% will be the tax rate in the city when it's been 5.5, and the county will be 9.9% or something like that. I focus on the city more so. And if people don't understand how taxes work, they don't understand how what is that? Okay, so you're talking 7.9%. So we're talking about almost 8 cents for every dollar that you spend anywhere you go. Because everything in Wisconsin is taxed. A lot of people don't know.
I think they saying. I think they. I was just watching something where they were saying groceries and gas is exempt from that. I think.
I don't know how they'll make groceries exempt from taxes, because we've always paid
Well, I
taxes.
mean that tax hike. That's what they
No,
were saying.
it's across the board, bro. You know what, Kamar? I'm not
Well,
gonna
they
say
were
that.
they were saying there was a few exemptions, man, on that though.
If somebody knows about, let's do it like this then.
Yeah.
Please tell me what the exemptions are. Okay. Right.
Because
And
I was paying
Kamar, you
attention
know.
to find out if what I got is exempt.
Okay. I just know that when we talk about 8 cents on every dollar spent, right? We talking about just spending money. Just, I don't think gas is not taxed, because you still could be like, well, we don't pay it because $5 is $5, right?
Right.
But I'm sure the people who sell it have to pay some sort of fuel tax, whatever. So I'd like to know. Thank you, Kamar. I'd like to know what the exemptions actually are. But it's very, very. It was a strange move. Some people say fiscally it made sense for our mayor to be on board with this, as well as our county executive, who both, by the way, are brothers. Uh, you know, um, uh, he said groceries never taxed. I pay taxes when I go to Pick and Save all the time. I pay taxes. I don't know. I don't know what y'all.
They do charge taxes.
It's taxes on grocery.
I'm just saying. That's what I said. I just think it's exempt from that hike.
I'm saying that because Kamar said Ernest said grocery was never taxed. I just know I pay taxes when I go to the grocery store. That $3.99 is $3.26 or $4.26 when it's a tax on that. So, but yeah, so that was pivotal, and I'm talking about this because I think, like I said, we'll review 2023 and then look ahead at 2024. And guess what's about to happen in 2024? It's election time. It's election time. It's time to hold those individuals who are supposed to be doing for us accountable, or give them credit if they have been. The tax itself was controversial, but the stipulations attached to it about no money being able to go towards DEI, and we know that there has been always an assault on, people of color, in particular foundational Black Americans, telling the truth about what has happened to us historically in this country. And so there's been a real strong, aggressive effort by, and I don't like, we're the party poopers. I'm not one party over the other, but this Republican kind of narrative that they wanted to attack critical race theory. They want to, attack Black history programs and stuff like that in schools. But when we look at this year, we look at what has happened. We talk about, would you give us a tax? But where is the plan for economic development? Is in particular in the Black community in Milwaukee, I feel like you taxed people who already are behind the 8 ball. Like, we know about the poverty for black people in the city of Milwaukee. But I don't want black people to think they're the only poor people in this city. Yeah, we got a lot of blue blood families, a lot of old money. But white people ain't all bad in 1,000. Don't get me wrong. You live in a state that's 86% white. So, when you leave the city, when you leave the areas where we're prominent, yeah, you'll see a lot of white people and it seems like, oh, they got money and whatever, and they're doing. A lot of them are living check to check. A lot of them are in debt. A lot of them, have financial struggles. So I don't see the economic planning for the future. That was my first thing. Like, you're going to tax poor people, but you have no plan to say, okay, well, let me help y'all get more money since we're going to be taxing you more. And then the
Right. Well,
stipulations.
the thing is that that's a part of gentrification too.
Right.
I feel like, you know what I mean? So, no, they ain't gonna help us. But I've been saying this whole time, black folks, we need to figure out how to get some money. That's how you beat gentrification. That's the bottom line.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, if you own, yeah,
Get
ownership.
money. Figure out how to get some money. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And we got to get wiser on. See, I think one of those the conversation that kind of comes into play then, Kamar, is, well, to black people, what is getting money? Like, I don't know if we all
And,
understand the concept of wealth, because a
well,
lot
and
of us
that's the
think
thing. That's it.
having wealth is having a lot of material
Right. And
expenditures.
see, that's it too. You know what I mean? We gotta get educated too on that note.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Along with getting money, we gotta be educated with the money.
I don't care if you broke. I don't care if you got money. The one thing you should have as a grown-up is creditkarma.com. You should absolutely have Credit Karma, because you can monitor your credit instantaneously on a daily basis with Credit Karma. There may be some other services, but it'll give you both of them, both of your scores, Equifax, and what's the other one, Experian. We have to get into it on that level, Kamar. That's why I say when we start talking to people of color about wealth, you say, well, I got 4 cars, right?
Yeah,
A
and that's
car is,
our problem too. You know what I mean? We look at the wrong stuff as far as wealth, having money and doing well. You know what I mean? To us, success is having things.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
trinkets.
That's what I'm saying. It's just about having things. We feel like if you got a nice car, you got this, then you successful. You look at even with street niggas, it's like a street nigga starter package. You know what I mean? You got the glasses, you got the tight jeans, you got the purse. You
You got
know
the
what I'm
grill. You
saying?
got to get your
Well,
grill.
if you got these things, you know what I'm
Uh,
saying, then you successful. Or if
yeah.
you're a woman, you got the wig, you got the eyelashes, your face beat, you know what I mean? Then you killing them. You know, come on, man. Like I think we just got the wrong idea for what's really good.
Right. In terms of wealth, right? Like, we have to really kind of recreate how we look at wealth. Like, I really think that I think a lot of it has to do, of course, that for a very long time, it was very, very difficult as a person of color to achieve any kind of real financial well-being, right? It was hard, like, for black people. And so they weren't used to being able to accumulate anything. So then you start to feel like, well, if I can just wear some fancy clothes and drive a nice car and even stay in a pretty house, it doesn't matter if the interest rate is high or I'm upside down in my mortgage. See, a lot of people don't understand sometimes a house ain't an asset. Like,
Right,
and if you ever buy a car, unless it's an old school car, it's depreciating, so it doesn't really make you any money.
right.
Randy Jones said food is not taxes. It's not taxed. I gotta look at my receipts, y'all. I gotta look. Shout out to Eric, because I'm gonna go to Pick and Save and cut the food. Like, y'all ain't supposed to been taxing me, man. It's some
Straight
bullshit.
up, I'm gonna act a goddamn ass.
I won't go back 20 years. I've been fucking with y'all.
I'm gonna act the motherfucking ass.
So you owe me a bag.
Straight
Erica, what
up.
up? Erica Hunt. She said, what up, Outlaws? She said,
I'm
out
on my
election
shit.
time. Yes, 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 absolutely, my sister. Sharon Evans, she said, groceries and prescription drugs, but not prepared food will be exempt. Groceries. Okay. So the new move is that groceries won't be taxed, because that has to be new. Because I know I've been paying taxes on food.
Well, right. I don't know, man. Like I
We'll
said, I
see.
don't know. I thought it was just a hype, but yeah, we need to look into that, man, because I don't appreciate that shit.
We
Tax
kicked in.
free.
It kicked in today, by the way. It kicked in on the 1/1/2024. Ewok said he just Googled Wisconsin doesn't tax food, only candy and shit like that. Then what the hell is Pick and Save doing? Because I'm not buying candy. She said, "You're right, Antonia. Shout out to Antonia Anderson in the Hip Hop Museum. You got to see Antonia. What she's done with the Hip Hop Museum is unbelievable. I got to check her out." Erica Hunt said, "Union is on the way." She said, "Unions is the way." I don't know. You know what, Erica? I see the things that a union could do, and we've seen, of course, where it could go bad. I think if you got a regulated union that the people can hold it accountable and be useful. I'm not against unions. I'm not against it. I've been in social services, education, nonprofit, whatever, for about 20 years. In education, I was in a union. When I was a teacher for MPS, we had a union. But no, right now in social service, ain't no union, motherfucker. What you talking about? Sharon Evans said, not just getting money, but fine. That's what I'm saying, Sharon. It's just because we get money and we think, okay, I'm paid, and then it's gone. Because we haven't
All
really.
right. Well, hey, look. How about first things first, right? You need some money first.
You got to get the money, but you got to
First,
realize what to
right?
do with it when you get it.
Exactly. Like I said, we got to get educated with it. You know what I mean? We all on the same page, really. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if you don't get no money, you get moved the fuck up out of here.
You can't. What you
Bottom
doing here?
line, you can know all the financial strategies, all the financial shit you want to know, but if you ain't getting it, you
Gotta
getting
go.
shit the fuck up out of here.
Gotta roll. It's time to roll, Cole.
Right. So yeah, you know what I mean. Let's get educated,
Yeah.
man. You know, with this financial stuff.
And I hate New Year's resolutions. I hate
Straight
people
up.
who say New Year, new me. I hate people. I'm gonna do it. No, don't talk about it. Just do it, man. Just do it. And see, I look at myself. I'm never just talking down to people. I'm saying this because I'm personally convicted to say, at this time, bro, you need to really start doing something smarter financially, right? Like I'm not I don't got no 800 credit score. I don't. I'm just saying, I still waste money on shit all the time.
Right.
I'm an RC addict. I waste money on RC parts. I have tires and shit for, you know, I like to, but like I say, we got to learn how to kick it responsibly. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
So I'm with that myself, saying let me take a look at what's coming in versus what's going out. She said, this is Randy Jones. He said liability versus asset. Learning the difference. Absolutely. Liabilities
Mhm.
versus assets, man. We gotta, man, 2024 can be a beginning of that for a lot of us. Because it is something
You for
to being
straight,
able to
hey,
get a fresh start.
you're straight up. You know, I hate when I hear people say stuff like, I'm investing in a new car or some shit. I'm investing in a car, and that's not an investment. You know
Unless
what I
it's an
mean?
old school.
You know what I mean? And even still, it might not be. The motherfucker might be shit.
If you cut the fenders and put some 26-inch
You know what I'm saying? It still might be shit. You
and
know?
some bowling ball paint.
You know how niggas will do, man. You know what I mean? You know how niggas will do it.
I
That
got
motherfucker be barely running, but they put that paint and them rims on there.
he turned in the corner, all kinds of shit. Clink, 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 clink. Like, damn. No, I got an old school and it's worth some money. And I would never ever, Kamar, to just finish bringing it back to where I want it. It would be all original with
Right,
a couple modifications, but they would add to the performance of the car. I
right,
wouldn't do the dummy. I see people all the time. I see like a 69 Chevelle and I'd be like, and they got it on some big ass. I'm like, you fucked that car up. That is a classic car. That car can be, if you get it back stock, you can take that to an auction. I watch Meekum Auto. You got to watch Barrett Jackson. And cars go for $75,000 sometimes and
right.
more.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, asset liability versus asset. Big Reg, my brother, how you doing? He said, Happy New Year's, guys. My brother, I'll be checking out your videos, Reg. We gonna have to link. I don't run RCs in the cold. I don't do it. I just, when it starts to get warmed up, and I'm usually by the time it gets warm, I got about 5, 6 new ones that has just been sitting here. So we definitely gonna hook up, Reg. Shout out to you. I'll be watching him on Big Gap. I told you I live in the Podverse on YouTube. I watch these RC videos. It's my hobby. Antonio Anderson said financial literacy should be taught early at home and in schools. Yeah, man. You know, I'm very proud.
That's one of the things you gotta.
I'm
My
very
bad.
proud that my wife and I have not had to put anything in the kids' name. You know what I mean? We've never had, and we've talked to them about money. We're not financial experts, but we never have wanted them to make the same mistakes that we have. So it's always been a conversation about understanding money. So you're right. We got to teach it to our kids. Got to teach it to them in simple. You start simple and you build on it. MC Tone said, "I spent all my money on rims and champagne." You a baller. You are a baller, MC Tone. There you go. MC Tone said, "Hold up, wait a minute, let me put some pimping in it." That's normally his thing. He said, "Cold weather break parts, and my fingers get cold. I stop having fun when my fingers get cold, Big Reg." And I'm like, "Hey, man, let me just put this on the shelf." In terms of this year in 2023, there's a couple social trends that I kind of put down tonight that I like to talk about. I want y'all to join in, man. And because and the first one I'm gonna go at is male bashers. I feel like 2023 became a year where there became an abnormal amount of male bashing from sisters. I feel like sisters kind of went anti from us. And I'm not talking about all sisters. So, like we always say, if the shoe fits, buy a matching purse. But I definitely think that it became a year where the narrative became sisters really talking bad about men. I've seen a lot of different I've seen a lot of different posts and a lot of different content that I say that's just a male bashing shit. So yeah, I think to so Kamar, will this has been a discussion. Um hold on, I got a caller. Sean, I need you to turn
What's
down.
happening? What's happening? What's happening?
You got a lot of noise in the background. I need you to
Yeah, I know, man. I'm about to walk out to my car, man.
okay.
What it do?
What's happening, man? What's good?
Man, Happy New Year to y'all, man. Happy New Year, family. What it do, Outlaw
Peace,
family?
peace,
Kamar.
peace.
What's happening, Doctor?
Ain't nothing to
Y'all
it, man.
got
What's
it.
going on?
What's happening, Whisperer? Or are you yelling this year?
I walk softly and carry a big stick, so you never know which one you're gonna get, right?
Hey, walk and tall. I seen that movie.
One of them. I like the one with the rock.
Yeah.
What's on your mind, man?
Oh man, just chilling, man. Trying to start the new year off right, man. Went to Mama Jenkins' house today, man. Had a beautiful conversation. Some New Year's. So did you get some?
Did I get
Did you
what?
get no food from Mama Jenkins?
No, I didn't.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry to hear that.
No,
Man, that's really messed up.
no, it's all
Man.
good. It's all good.
Oh, man.
My
Yeah,
wife
that's
actually, my wife actually
It ain't
cooked.
the
So
same. It ain't the same. It
no,
ain't the same. It
it's
ain't the same.
good. It's good. Trust me.
It
It's
ain't the
good.
same. It ain't the same.
Yeah.
It ain't the same. It ain't got the mama twist on it.
You can
Dang,
you can say
I'm sorry
that
you
you
get
can
that.
say that, but that don't necessarily mean it's true. I get what you're
Well,
saying,
well,
but
well. I'm the one.
uh,
I'm the one had the food, so
well,
you didn't. So I can
I'm
say that.
team Sheila. So
Well,
we ate
yeah.
good.
Well,
We
today
got
I was
good.
seeing mama. So
There you
yeah.
go.
All right.
There you go.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What's happening, fool?
Ain't shit, man. I'm gonna run this year down if I can get your ass off the phone. What's good with you? What's on your mind?
Damn. That's what it's. Damn. That's what it's like, bro.
I mean, you was a little aggressive about the food, so I had to just respond in kind. You was a
Oh,
little
oh,
aggressive with the food. You was a little aggressive with the food. Like,
okay.
it wasn't good. That bullshit.
I didn't say all that. I
Well,
didn't
that's
say
what
all
I
that.
heard.
I
That's what I
respect
heard.
that.
I'm very confrontational sometimes. That's what I heard. That's what I
See,
heard.
I'm not trying to start the new year off confrontational.
Oh man, I don't know. What better way to start it? You start shit in January, so you ain't got to begin in December. Big Reg, thank you for tuning in. He said thanks for watching. That's why I'm here checking out the content all the time, man. I'm looking to shout out to Big Reg. Like I said, I'm looking to do some on our YouTube page with the RC stuff. I think I'm looking to do something with that. So definitely gonna be hollering at you. Erica said, "Hi, Kevin. Just want to share some great news with you. We have successfully secured a wage increase for over 700 security guard officers in Milwaukee." This is Erica Hunt. She said, along with annual raises and a 1 week of vacation after their first year of service, it's a big win for us, and we're excited to keep fighting for our workers' rights. Erica is pro-union. She works for the union. Congratulations to the security guards who now have a wage increase. Shout out to them, man. I'm not saying a union is totally useless, but it's kind of like a dated concept in a lot of areas. I think there must like there has to be innovation in an organization to bring a union in. Like you got to have a forward thinking organization. Some of these old companies, they're just not. You come in and try it, they'll shut your shit down. Um, Big Red said, I think the KS conversation made women understand, but not like the fact men have preferences just like women. I'm assuming you're talking about Kevin Samuels. Is that what set this off? Because they came women, but even everything culturally, you look at rap music, you look at TV shows, you look at the messages that's sent towards black men in 2024. It seemed really, it was heavily, I call it male bashing, but I just got tired of seeing every day about, messages about women saying what they don't like about us, what we need to do. And it's like, how can a woman tell a man how to be a man? I never understood that concept. And so I just said 2023 was a year where you saw a lot of examples of male bashing. I think it became cool.
Man, that shit was sickening. Is what it
Okay,
is.
there you go.
It's sickening. You know what I mean? Like I can't even make a post. I don't. In the past couple of weeks, I make posts about women and men, our women and men, about what's wrong, and you know what I mean. What I feel like should be right. I made a few posts, man, talking to the men. Like one of them may have been one of the posts was be a father to your kids before you go be a man to another woman, to a woman. You know what I mean? So I'm talking to the men saying, man, be a father to your kids before you decide to go get in another relationship. Man, I got girls jumping in, going in, and like, dog, this ain't even your conversation.
Right.
And you is bashing niggas on my post. Stop that shit. You know what I mean? It was another, I can't remember exactly what it was, but you know what I mean? It's sickening to that point, man, to where we can't even teach each other. Like, men, we can't even teach each other what's right. You know what I mean? We can't even put each other in line without some hurt chick jumping in. You know what I'm saying? To put her 2 cents in it. Shut up and get out of it. That's like two black men talking about a black issue and some white man come jump in it and say some dumbass shit that he upset about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I don't once again, I think it became in some cases we're dealing with people who are on social media, and we have to understand that a lot of them are traumatized. A lot of them are hurt. You say bitter or whatever we call them, right? But there are a lot of, and they have access to a computer, so they have time on their hands to put and that's why I try not to get too upset about any kind of, what I see about making comments about, brothers and sisters and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, okay, everything depends on your perspective. One thing that my wife and I were talking about over the holidays was the importance of context. You got to understand context. And so when you're talking to somebody or you looking on the internet and people are trying to quote people and they don't know what the context, whatever said statement was made in. When I say context, I mean a lot of sisters are speaking from their perspective, and in their perspective, they've been fucked over by consecutive brothers. So there's no way I'm gonna convince them that, hey, no, it's not that bad. I mean, your perception is your reality. But I just think it just became, when it becomes kind of like a fad or a trend where I'm seeing over and over. And there's some brothers who come out here too with some, come on. Like, I mean, yeah, I see some brothers say a lot of shit too.
Niggas be crying and shit too.
Yeah. No doubt. You call it simps. Shabaka St. Corey, my brother, how you doing? How you doing? He said, facts, greetings from Sin City Outlaws. How you doing, my brother, on the West Coast, West Side? Erica says, I call it a gender war because both sides are being bashed. This is true to a certain extent. She said unhealed people, but it's just some people who, and then they call it healing. And this is kind of like you running game a little bit. You're calling yourself healed. And so once you heal, then everybody else is a fucking problem except for you.
Well, you are anointed. It's a thin line. Like a lot of time people turn into narcissists at that point.
There you go. Yeah. No
You know
doubt.
what I mean? And they feel like they right and justified, and you know what I mean? And accountability goes out the window.
Ah, man, you put that so beautifully. Like you know what, Kamar? I think people in a lot of situations just forget how to fall in love with themselves. Like you're at your most healthiest and you're
Yeah,
most prepared for a relationship when you actually genuinely love yourself. And I don't mean like you said going to
yeah,
becoming a
yeah.
narcissist. I'm saying to the point where you're saying, no, I've gotten all my business in order. I'm maintaining and I'm growing. I'm growing every day. So I'm
Well,
loving myself. So it's easy for
I
you to
think
deal with somebody else then. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry I cut you off. Uh-oh, he went black on me. Um, Shabaka says, this is all a part of the Mafa, according to Dr. Marimba Ani. I'm familiar with them. I like to read that. The Ma'afa, is that what it's called? Ewok said females don't want men, they want items. Is that what it is? You think that it's all about possessions? I just think in the last 70 years, the nature of our relationships have changed because obviously women went from basically financially dependent on men, for lack of a better term. The woman, you go in there, sit your ass down, cook, clean his house. You don't gotta work though. I'll take care of everything. And then all of a sudden, when the economy starts to change and women take more prominent roles in the home on, hey man, no, I work too. I'm bringing money to the table now. Your old school expectations of me won't no longer stand. I think that became a problem too. And especially in the black community, because we start talking about the crack epidemic and we start to talk about the systematic removal of brothers from the neighborhoods and the communities, whether it be death or homicide or jail, or some of us just, straying across the line, going on the other side, getting with them cave people. Uh, I think that changed everything. So, but in particular, my generation with the crack epidemic, where brothers we talking about mass incarceration, brothers were taken out of the community. So sisters had to do what they had to do to take care of their families or their children or whatever. So it shaped the mentality of hey man, there's no men in the community, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna do me, and I don't need no man. This is where the term comes from. I don't need no man, right? And I don't think you necessarily do need a man. I think if you're a female, a woman, my daughter always says, don't call them females.
I think it
If you're a
depends on
woman,
what
I
you
think you should
want.
want a man.
I
Go
think
ahead,
it
Kumar.
depends. I like to ask women, what do you want out of life if you don't need a man? Like, you know what I mean? Where do you foresee your life headed? Do you want a family? Do you want kids? You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you don't need it, do you plan on shoveling all your own snow, changing your tire? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole lot of stuff that women expect for men to do. You know what I mean? Like, so where do you plan on? Which direction do you see your life going?
Well, a woman
You
can,
say you don't need a
if she
man.
got money, she can hire someone to shovel the snow. She can have a
Yeah,
car service. That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. Financially, things change in our relationship where women are not as dependent on men as they used to be. There's still a lot of sisters who say, I don't work. My man takes care of everything. Right. But
right.
there's this wave of educated sisters who are career women who are, like they say, have this wealth, this credit and all this kind of stuff. And so there is a narrative of I don't need no man. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't believe you do need a man. You don't need anything except for yourself. But it is,
Hey,
do you
that's
want
why
a
I
man?
say. That's why I say, what do you want out of life? Are you just
Do
giving
you
up on?
you should
Are you
want a
giving up
man.
on family? Are you giving up on relationship? Like, fuck it. I'm just gonna be alone the rest of my life. You know what I mean? And if that, shut up. Get off of social media talking about all men, you know what I mean? Talking down on relationships and shit, and just live your life, your lonely, miserable ass life.
Wow. Damn. You going hard on him, Kamar. You
No, I
going
ain't going
hard
hard
on him.
on. I mean, you shit. We that's what we talking about. Them going hard on us, right?
Yeah, you right. You ain't wrong.
You know
Erica
what I
said,
mean?
since
Get
mass
tired of hearing that
incarceration,
shit, man.
she said, since mass incarceration, what have the men done to repair the damage done from men being ripped out of the black family? Ooh, that's such a loaded question though, Erica. What
Right.
have men done to repair the damage done from men being ripped out of the black family?
Well,
Well, I mean,
you can't put that in a general whole man question. You know what I mean? Because you got some men that went to prison and come out and got themselves right. You know what I mean? You got a lot of men that was locked up that was taking care of their kids in the first damn place before they got locked up and take care of them afterwards. You know what I mean? So that's not a whole man question like that, and that's not men fault on why mass incarceration began. You know what I mean? So it sounds like you trying to call on us for a solution on something that we didn't even start. You know what I mean? And I get it. Yeah, like we say, ban the prisons. That's how you fix the mass incarceration thing. Then you talk about when the men do come home, we talking about how women bash men. They don't want these niggas back in the house. They don't want these men back. They saying they don't need men, right? Ain't that what we talking about?
this is part of the conversation.
So if the women are saying we don't need men, how can you ask for men to repair something
If you don't need them, then
if
how
you
can they
don't
fix
need
it?
them? Right.
But I would also say this: there's some statistical numbers that show that black men are the most dutiful fathers. There's
Right.
statistics that say black men marry black women and stay with their families at a higher rate than other races. So when you say what have we done, I think a lot of us have tried to become more consistent. But it's like one of them things where when you fight an uphill battle, it is what it is. I don't think, but I like because I know too many brothers who are there for their people, who there for their family, who there for their kids, who there for their woman, even in the face of adversity. Sometimes you hear me talking about they simps because a lot of them still weather the storm and say, "I'm still it's my family, it's my kids. That's why I'm here." Let me catch my chat room up. Alice Burns, shout out family. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, man?
What up,
Uh,
Phil?
he said I told my woman about me and men's mental health, and she said, uh, that's gross generalization. Oh, okay, I'd like you got a question mark. I got a question mark. I got grow. What is that? What is that? Me and men's mental. She said that's gross generalization. Okay. Erica said since mass. Okay, I already talked about that when she said, I missed that. What you say? Shabaka said facts. They never want to give black men credit for doing the right things regarding raising black boys to be men.
Right. Why do you say
Um,
women don't talk about the men who do what they supposed to be doing?
right. Well, yeah, no, they don't exist. Good guys finish last. Um, she said for the record, I don't say I don't need a man. Maybe you don't, Erica.
Well,
I just ain't
nobody said you do.
no, this right. This is a conversation. We're just kind of going
In
through some of
fact,
the
I remember you saying you want one
one that'll
on the
treat her
show.
right.
Yeah,
I
I
think most
remember that. I
women.
remember on the show you actually said you wanted one. So yeah, not we ain't talking about you, Erica.
And see, I hear what they're saying, but I know what they mean a lot of times, knowing that when women say, well, I don't need no man, I think what they're saying is, I don't need a man who's going to mistreat me. I need a good man. Because just like for a man, a good woman will change your life and vice versa.
Right.
Sean, you still in the background. What's popping? What's on your mind? You in the conversation. What's going on?
Man, the conversation kind of bent me, man, because you asked us to heal some men uh behind mass incarceration. We didn't implement that shit. Um, why do we have to try to heal something we didn't even formulate? Black men didn't come up with the idea or the plan for mass incarceration. That's I don't get the question. Like the question is it's a very for me, and please don't take it personal, but that's a stupid ass question.
Well, I don't think any question is stupid. I think
That's
no, I think
somebody who has been incarceration, been in, been incarcerated, and incarcerated during that time. For me personally, that's why I said don't take it personal to nobody. That's a stupid ass question.
Well, I think it's a question I think she was trying to articulate something. And sometimes, that's why we gotta get down to the nitty-gritty a lot of times in these conversations and not be quick to say, oh hell no. Black people, oh hell no. Right.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah,
when
I
black
was about
people
to say that.
black people, oh hell, sit your dumb ass down. Like black people, y'all gotta calm down in 2024. Uh
I didn't want to dumb
nah,
ass down, but I was thinking that, bro.
no, I don't no, we're not. We're
You
not.
a mind?
We
Yeah,
no,
this new year, bro.
Antonio said women and men need healing. Bashing only adds to the problem. Yeah, that's right. But if you're a grown up, you can see through the bullshit anyways. Shout out to Byron Terry in the chat room. He said 2024, it's 2-4, deuce 4. Happy
You
New
know
Year.
it.
Well, it's 22-4. That's what I said. We calling this 22-4, right? I don't, you might not. If you
It's,
know, you
it's
know.
our year, baby.
Shabaka said the colonizers did their best to effeminize black men with all this gay shit. See, I watched the Dave Chappelle. I don't know if anybody watched Dave Chappelle, The Dreamer, last night, his Netflix special that they dropped. And
Oh, I gotta catch
was
that.
talking about gay men and trans men again and stuff like that. And so, yeah, the gay thing now is on a whole other level, thanks to Obama, right? Thanks to President Obama. Thank you, President Obama. Yeah, the gay thing, and that's a whole different subject. Because that's part of this year too, is the trans males and the transgender men playing sports. And we had a rash of violence here in Milwaukee towards transgender men. We got in hot water on the show on the show one night because we were talking about it and somebody passed the word to somebody. We actually had a trans person call in and read us the riot act. It was hilarious. Dion said these studs be taking the place of men. There we go. That's what I'm saying. The gay thing. That's the men. A lot of us don't think of lesbians as gay, right?
Thank you.
Men don't think, but they are. That they're gay. They identify as gay. So I don't. It's funny how men will tell you the double standard. She said, "Why you starting with me?" We ain't gonna get into that. Shout out to Shireen. Shout out to Shireen. Family. Man, my whole neighborhood. There we go. Y'all share the show. But yeah, man, what else happened in 2024? We looked at. I got to talk about this too. The culture vultures. And once again, I am in the podverse, so I'm watching YouTube. I'm watching everybody's platform. I watch Vlad TV. Vlad is very controversial because he is a Jewish guy who interviews the black celebrities that prior to him probably wouldn't have gotten interviewed. I will give him that. And there's some people who you think, oh shit, what happened to him? And he'll go find them. But first of all, he ran into a problem when he lied on the minister.
Mhm.
And then he wouldn't apologize. So at that point, I believe in black solidarity, and I wholeheartedly support and love the minister. I think he's the most relevant leader that we have today in America and that we've had for a very long time. So Vlad, he's talking about black people culture. He's talking about rap. He's talking about hip hop. He talk about the streets. He talk about gangs, and he brings all these people on. And people have accused Vlad of being a culture vulture, which he is, because he's made millions of dollars off of black culture. He hasn't contributed to it. He's not an artist. He's not a singer. He's not a writer. And he tries to speak from a perspective that he is not. And he every now and then he gets some black people on his show. And I'm just disappointed. I've always thought DL Hewley was very smart, right? I've always enjoyed listening to DL Hewley. But Slim Thug, who is a rapper from Houston, who has bought his whole community and brought forth affordable housing and stuff like that. He made a statement about white people not being able to be the greatest at any black art form, right? And DL Hewley was like on Vlad's side about, and I'm like, well, he's not saying, he's like, well, that's saying like, black people can't be good at something that white people dominate. And so he was on Vlad's side, and it disappointed me because I really was looking at DL like, bro, you not listening to what the man is saying. The man is saying is we shouldn't allow for a white person to come in and take something we invented, we pioneered, we kind of put together and say, I'm the greatest at it. So this argument is centered around Eminem. And I say this all the time. Eminem is a great rapper, but he is not the greatest rapper of all time. I support the fact that I don't think a white rapper could ever be the greatest rapper of all time because they didn't invent it. It's like having a white blues singer. He can never be the greatest blues singer of all time because it's our art form. And so when I talk about culture vultures, you look around in the media, you see it all over the place where there's white people making money off us and acting like they're friends of ours. I watched Vlad have Vanilla Ice. We know that as hip hop, it's the 50th year anniversary of hip hop as well this year, which is big. We know how the struggle was to get rap or hip hop put on the map. And for a white dude at the time to come in, Vanilla Ice, who was not really about the culture or none of that, he came in and all of a sudden he was crowned. He was multi-platinum because white kids bought his record. Vlad had him on there and he's just smiling and he's laughing, talking about, oh, he got so much money now. And, he was so pro. It's easy for me to see Vlad's whiteness come out of him. And so now I'm thinking, like, why do we continue to go on this platform? I know it's millions watching, but the culture vultures are real. We got to be aware of, especially now, we got to be aware of white people trying to come in and take our food. Look at our food.
Hey,
right?
them niggas going for the check though.
Right. But we can see you. We can see you though.
Right.
I've seen him on there plenty of times speaking, and I'm like, bro, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. The only person that I've seen stand up to him on his show is Ari Spears. When he tell him stop arguing with black people about black people shit, you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So 2024 brought a lot of culture vultures in. Y'all be aware, man. I would never tell black people don't associate with white people. I would just say be aware of their whiteness. Like, don't be so quick to dance for him. Don't be so quick to shuffle for him. Because he'll take your shit and package it up. And before you know it, you won't be getting a goddamn thing from it. Ernest said men like pretty gay girls. Yeah, I said men probably like ugly gay girls. If she says she gay, a lot of brothers get turned on. Get turned out by it. But yeah, the culture vultures, man. It's big, man. It's big. And I wanted to stop. I want us to, especially with the content. Look at Adam 22. Who brings the worst elements of black. He brings gang members and dudes fighting on there and pimps and all this. And I'm like, what you call it, Kamar? Low vibrational. Like he shows that, and he gets millions of views, and he's making money off doing this. And black people still go to this platform. I'm gonna go sit down with Adam 22. It's like that's not building us. Like what we try to do with the People's Network is have a black media outlet where you can go and get news and information. That's what the People's News Network is. Go join my group. Let me see. Shabaka said they should take those trans dudes, out of women's sports. It's a disservice to the bona fide better black men and women. Well, there's that narrative too that Travis Henry said. Not Travis Henry. I forget what his name was. The brother who used to play for the Steelers. He played running back. He's come out and he said that he's tired of white sports writers who've done this for a very long time, bashing blacks, and they can't play sports. So there's this thing now with the all-black team they're talking about. Like, listen, he said, let's not do an all-star game. Let's do black players against white players.
Right.
And I think DL Hewley has some words to say about that too. Is I heard Cameron and Mace talking about it, and I'm like, y'all really don't understand what the brother's saying though. Because all he's really saying is we have innovated this shit, but we allow young or old, weak white men who couldn't play a sport to save their life to come and make millions off commentating on the shit, man. And so culture vultures, man. And come on, you see it. I know because gentrification is coming, so we just love those collard greens.
Right. Yeah. Hey, look, I remember when I was Green Bay, man. I remember teaching this I was messing with this girl up there, and she was Mexican and Native American, right? I taught her mama how to cook fried chicken.
Wow.
And she was just so in awe. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Who don't know how to fry chicken? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He was in awe.
Well, I went, like I said, at the beginning of my education.
But I mean, that ain't no example of culture vulturing or nothing like that.
It was a good story, though.
But I just thought it was an interesting story for the moment, man.
The beginning of my education was in North Dakota and South Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, southwestern Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska. I went all those states and I met white people who they were very interested in us. They wanted to hear how and this is during the 90s when the black hip hop culture was really exploding. And they would, they would say motherfucker. Because black people
Yeah.
say motherfucker, right? Oh my God, it's so cool. Like they would add they were so interested in our culture. You see a lot of them, they start hanging around us and they start dressing different. And I always felt like it's time for me to back up. I'm not giving you no black pass. I'm not giving you no badge. As they say, you won't be coming to the cookout. I mean, there's some white people who I've been friendly with, obviously. Right? I'm not anti-white at all. I was say my high school football coach was a white man, and he helped save my life because he made sure I got recruited out of here. But he was white and he was unapologetic about it. He wasn't trying to wig her up. He'd say, Kevin, what do I know? I'm just an old white guy. I'm just trying to help you. I'm like, all right, Dreb. Okay, Dreb. All right. Because, he understood. He understood the difference. Courtney, welcome to the show. Better late than never. How you doing?
Poor dog.
Hey, y'all. I made it. It's 2024. We did it.
Right.
Hey, Kev, I saw Courtney when we was on our way to Chicago.
I heard. I seen y'all.
In traffic. I rolled the window down like Outlaws for life. It was wild. We was on Fond du Lac.
We was banging on 35th and Fond du Lac.
Oh my God. Wow. Yeah.
Hello, Courtney.
Hey, Sean. Look at you. Outlaws for life. Look.
You hear about this? My New Year's voice.
I know it ain't New Year. I know that New Year's a spring equinox, but we gonna say this New Year and then we're gonna say it again at the equinox.
Hey, it's my New Year, technically.
You know what I'm saying?
My birthday was yesterday.
It definitely is.
That's very true.
Yeah, happy birthday, there.
So really, it is a new year.
Very true.
And this is the 10th year of the People's Network. So this is the 10th year. I've been popping shit on the microphone, right?
Party or something? Anniversary party? What?
We having a party right now. Woohoo! Yay! Let's go.
They're okay.
We turned up.
I know what those sounds mean.
Oh wow!
Look, last night I'm gonna tell you, I know I'm old. I ain't heard not a goddamn gunshot last night. I missed the whole. I was asleep. I went to sleep.
You were just asleep.
I was knocked. I ain't never missed I said this is the first time I ever slept through New Year's. I was, man. I wasn't like I was sober, but I just said I'm going into bed. Go get in the bed like an old ass man. I went and got in the bed. I tried to watch The Equalizer, and I seen 5 minutes of it. Next thing I know, that shit was gone off. I think Sex in the City or some shit was on. What the fuck? Byron Terry said, love and salute to you, brothers. Happy New Year. My bills are still my bills at the end of the day. Yeah, you got to get your money, but sometimes, you don't sell it, right? You're going to sell it. I'm not talking about you, B, but I'm saying sometimes we make decisions and it's not for the greater good. Like, because I was referring to culture vultures and I was talking about Vlad TV and all these platforms, Adam 24, white people who are supposedly hip hop platforms. And so you get a check to go on there. And some people say, shit, I'm going to get that money. But how much money is good money? And how much money is bad money? Because if you're not helping us, you hurting us. It's like me setting up shop in the neighborhood behind the school, selling all kinds of crack. Shit, I got to get this money. All money ain't good money. You're fucking up the community.
We ain't got no integrity. Yeah, we really don't. Like I just seen that little clip of Monique and Steve Harvey. I guess I'm on the late bus, and she was sitting there talking to him about, and y'all knew this was happening. Ain't nobody stand up and say nothing. He like, we black. We need money. And then she like, no, it's an integrity game. And that's how a lot of people are, especially with us. It's money. It ain't no integrity. It ain't no standing up for each other. We could see some shit wrong and fucked up, and shit, I still got to get paid to get my check. It's just like, man. So we just ain't never gonna. No, we just okay.
Hey, this that shit Dame Dash be on. Yeah. Talking about the culture vultures and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Lyor Cohen. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
He pushed this shit. He pushed this shit because it feed his family.
Look, I'm not a big Breakfast Club fan, but that's in it. We talking about the year in review, and this was they interviewed him earlier this year, and they cornered him on him pushing the narrative that's in hip hop now. And Charlamagne said, why would you sell this? Would you sell this to your people? And he's kind of like, well, I got people to feed. He said, that lets you know. Mm-hmm. That lets you know what's going on, man. Yeah, culture vultures, man, we got to watch out for them. But the problem is when we see them, a lot of us will stand there with them and say, no, no. I said, I heard DL, and DL talks about a lot of stuff that's political, that's important. He has those conversations. That's why I was kind of shocked to see him not straightening Vlad out on a lot of the stuff. Like, hold on, Eminem can't be the greatest rapper of all time. It's impossible. It's
Didn't
too many
Eminem
that
say he wasn't the greatest rapper
he
himself?
said it several
He's
times.
just a guest in the hip hop community or something like that.
Yeah, he's even called
He's a
himself
guest.
Elvis. He's
Yeah,
called himself Elvis.
right. He's a guest in the community.
Yeah. He got invited to the cookout. He said we should be taxing their asses for residuals. Yeah, they got the contracts though. All right. And Vlad is Jewish too. And so for him to admit that Jewish people have owned the record industry and the movie industry for years, and they've been part of fucking over a lot of your most legendary black artists had bad record deals, had bad contracts, and there's some rich Jewish people behind it, right?
Yeah.
Shireen's laughing. Shout out to Shireen.
Hey,
Shabaka said,
Shabaka. So Kev,
greetings,
our
Jewish lady.
culture just hip hop. Hey, Antonia, how y'all doing? So is our culture just hip hop and like soul food? Because when I think about culture, and I think about other people's cultures, like even traveling the world, it's like I see the clothes of those people. I see the artifacts of those people. I see the specific foods of those people. I see rather they got specific, you know what I'm saying, tribal traditional dances and certain rituals and certain shit that goes back, through their history. So when we think about us, like it is our culture just like hip hop and soul food? Like what exactly is our we even when we call ourselves dressing up for black culture, usually we put on African shit. It ain't like we got our own. We don't know if we Native Americans. We don't know if we Africans.
That's the problem. That's the problem. I think is many different cultures in our culture right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean. You got a certain type of people where you pay the African clothes. That's culture. You know what I mean to them. You got some people who look at culture as far as what's going on right now. This is our culture. You know what I mean? Is what we doing now. The shit you see black people doing out here now is culture. It's different parts to that, I think.
Well, when I say culture, I'm not just talking about music or movies or food. Really, our culture is the norms, the social norms, the behavior in our community. So when we start having conversations about what's a snitch, what's a real nigga, what's a G, what's a bad bitch, what's a bum ass nigga, what's a fuck boy. This is all a lexicon of our culture within our neighborhoods. And these are the things that they're discussing, these white platforms. That's why I say culture, because you're not just talking about music. No, you're talking about how we operate in this country now. And you're making assumptions based on things that you don't know or that you don't understand. And that's what I would say, when I say culture vulture, it's not just about music. Of course not. I think black people here in America, that's why I say foundational black Americans, because I think we are the most unique group of the most unique race, because we are the only race created directly by the United States of America. That's why I say black people are the true Americans. That's why when white people say, go back to where you came from, I'll say, what, you want me to move to Mississippi, motherfucker? I'm from here. You're not. You go back to Ellis Island. Ain't you Italian? Yeah, go back to Italy. Ain't you German? Yeah, go back to Germany. Now so this is really, we're the only true Americans. It's a shame that we don't embrace that, because I think we can go in if we were empowered, we can go in any political arena and say, all y'all shut the fuck up, because ain't none of y'all real Americans. All y'all some goddamn immigrants. We are foundational black Americans. That's why we are black. So black culture is different from African culture.
Right.
Because African culture is native to African people. Black culture is native to black people in America.
Right. And that's what I was getting at when I was saying it's different cultures. It's different. You know what I mean? You got people who think right now is the culture. Then you got the Pan-Africanist type of people where they say that's our culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the problem right there. You know what I mean? There's nothing defined saying like this is who we are.
Well, when we do own something, like I said, we are so quick to give it away. We are happy when a white person says, I like rap music. I've never been that
Right.
guy. A white person can't tell me, Kevin, I have plenty black friends. Like that's supposed to impress me. Fuck out of here. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't mean you won't taste a rib at my house. Shout out to Mama Jenkins. She said, good evening, my outlaw family. Let's make it do what it do in 2024. Happy New Year to all of you and the outlaw listeners. It's a new bag of goodies on the way for us all. Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
Jenkins, Happy New Year.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome. Happy New Year, Mama
I
Jenkins.
can't hear.
You said you can't hear what?
I can't hear Courtney and Kamar really.
I don't know. I can hear him clearly. Y'all let me know if y'all can't hear him.
We hear each other fine.
Okay.
Maybe
I don't
your
know.
phone, Sean. What kind of phone you got? Did you pay your bill coming into this new
I got
year?
an iPhone. I got an iPhone 14, Courtney.
You paid the bill? Because you know when you don't pay it, sometimes you get the lagging.
What did you say? Did I pay the bill?
She said your data
Yeah, get
running
the
low.
lagging when you don't pay the bill.
His data running low. They slowed
No,
your
I got my
internet down.
phone to Spectrum.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's why. Okay,
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to do. It's hard. I'm gonna tell you, StreamYard doesn't work well with phones. It tells you that if you are logging in from a phone, it say we recommend a laptop or desktop. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a bandwidth thing. I would have to get an engineer in here. Shabaka said the term.
Yeah.
He said the term "motherfucker" originated during slavery, when the raping, slave trading pedophiles would force black men to have sex with their own mothers. Sad to say. Wow. Never knew about that. Right.
Really, Kev?
I never knew. I know. I've never. I'm gonna be honest. I don't sit around and research. I'm wondering what motherfucker mean.
I mean,
I never knew that.
Figured you would know that. Like that. Wow.
No,
Yeah.
I say it all the time, but I've never said. And actually, the origin of this word comes from Western Africa. I don't know where shit comes from. I like to know where the word shit comes from.
It's
Y'all
crazy.
let me know.
I was just talking about that the other day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And shit is actually no longer a curse word because shit comes from really just meaning damn, because it don't mean, it means feces, but it also means like distress. Look, I'm gonna look that shit up now because it ain't a curse word anymore. That's why you hear it on TV, because they don't consider it a curse word. Hold on, let me get that for you. Let me get that.
She said,
Byron
Terry said,
you shitting me. So it means to be teased or deceived. So white folks, oh man, you shitting me. So it's just looked at as a word, another word to mean deceive. Curse word. Yeah.
Because I can't think, black people, we use it. It's everything in our language is either bad or it's good. Because you say I got in some shit, or you say I just got a new whip and it's the shit. Like, so black people, we glass half full type people when we use words. Byron Terry said, Juice Lady has a past. Love you, sister. Not battered or abused.
Love you too. Happy New Year.
Antonia said, happy birthday, Kamar. Y'all know it's Kamar's birthday. Yes.
Woo! He's out here ice skating, all type shit. I seen
Man,
that.
living his best life. I told him that's some black man. See, you can't tell me black men ain't on our shit when Kamar is ice skating on Facebook. Come on, man. Come on, man. We on a whole other level in 2024. Alice said fiscal new year. Yeah.
Hey, and I was high on my mind all at the same time.
That's right.
What other way to be, right?
I told you. Waker Bakery, they got my vote, dog. I might have to stop there every time I go down.
I'm waiting on Milwaukee. I'm waiting on the state of Wisconsin to finally just legalize recreational. Stupid.
What we waiting on?
And you raised our taxes instead of doing that. Right. That's another problem with the leadership we have in this city. For me, is the short-sightedness. You're going to burden people who are already poor. 40% of our community, for people of color, foundational Black Americans, live below the poverty line. And so you're the genius. You say, I know I can help. Let's make them pay more taxes. This is what we live in. The people here are income deprived. The majority of their income goes on just somewhere to stay. Right. But your answer now, what they're saying is, let's create affordable housing in the suburbs. Are y'all listening? Let's create affordable housing in the suburbs where Traditionally, they ain't want your black ass. But now, because we want this valuable property on the near north side back, we want to live right by the expressway. We want to be 10 minutes from downtown, 10 minutes from the lake, 10 minutes from the stadium. Man, we want that. Beautiful neighborhoods, architectural wonders, Frank Lloyd Wright designed homes sprinkled all through there. So let's put the niggers in Wauwatosa. Because what's going to happen when you put a bunch of poor black people in Wauwatosa? I guarantee you their law force, their law enforcement agencies quadruple in size, right? It's going to be like a processing center to ship your ass out. Got to pay attention to what's going on. And they smiling like it's good. We trying to get affordable housing, but why don't you make this shit in the community more affordable? Because you want it, because you want to run us out. So we get it. We get it. We get it. Mama Jenkins said Sean just full, and she said he just full, and happy birthday. Yeah, he told me he got some food from you, Mama Jenkins, and then he just dissed my wife food. Like, oh, you wasn't eating, you was eating bullshit.
I just your wife's food, bro. I just said that your wife's food is not
shit.
Mama Jenkins.
You said your wife ain't shit. Fuck her and her food. I heard
you. I say your wife is not shit. Your wife could probably cook her ass off.
And look,
but she didn't have
Kamar. I mean, Sean, we've been in places at the same time with you with your wife and I'm with mine. Next time I'm say, baby, that's the dude who said you ain't shit on Outlaw Radio. Snap on your ass.
Oh wow.
I'm like, listen to me. I'm like, that's him, girl. He was talking all kinds of shit about you on the show. She wouldn't care anyway. She'd be like, Kevin, I don't care. Why are you telling me this? What am I supposed to do? Who cares? I don't even know him. So no, I'm just fucking with you, Sean. I'm just Sean, like, man, you trying to start some shit. He said you weren't listening and turn your ears off. Yeah, because I didn't hear the gunshots. I was out, man. Like I felt like Kamar in Chicago on the ice skates, man. I went in the crib, man. Like, oh man, this party is done. Like it wasn't even no need for me to even stay around. Because I've been sitting in my garage chilling the past New Year's Eves and just I used to even go out when I stayed a long time ago. I used to go and shoot one of my guns in the air. I ain't wasting ammo like that no more. I went to crib, y'all. I missed it. Yeah. Chantel Gwen, how you doing, my sister? She said, Happy New Year, Outlaw Radio. Happy New Year and happy birthday to the People's Network, which is 10 years. Outlaw Radio is about 7 years, and the People's Network is 10 years. I started doing this in January of 2013. Yep. Sure did. On Blog Talk Radio. Shout out to Antonia. She said, I slept through that noise also. Didn't hear shit. Yeah, man, I had that California shit, man. That should have put you to sleep, man. Shout out to West Side Zeladon, man. You know, came through, kicked it with me on a Thursday, I think. We was both off. Left California over here. I said, Lord, have mercy. Make you miss New Year's. He said all these niggas forgot their blackness. I don't know. I think blackness, we talk about blackness. First of all, how do you quantify blackness? And I think we all have a different kind of, because come on, we did a show plenty of times. We've done this show, but I mean, we talked about the narrative, but we did a show called Black Enough. And we talked about every black person think they the most black motherfucker ever. And they all think that theirs is the right way. This is a way we stay divided, because if you don't do this or eat this or wear this, you ain't as black as me. If you don't live in the community, I am brother say you ain't no real nigga unless you done did some time. You ain't no real street nigga unless you been in the pen. I don't know. We find ways to divide ourselves by a degree of realness or blackness, right? Mama Jenkins said it was a war zone over here. These motherfuckers had shotguns over here along with switches and fireworks. Damn.
Last night. I mean, not over where I stay at, but I was over at somebody else's house. You know, we kicked it, and when midnight hit, it'd be boom. It'd be all of that. It'd be like, wow.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. It's just that last night was just old man shit.
Yeah.
It's old man shit, just full and fat in the bed, sleep, just like damn. He said 200.
Niggas started early. Shit, it was 11:58. I was taking.
It was definitely 11:58, Kamar.
Like, man, y'all can't wait. Goddamn. But we used to. I get it. You know what I mean? When I was young, we used to do that shit too. You know what I mean? But now that I done got older, I feel like one, you know what I mean, is It's not smart because them bullets come back down out the air. You know what I mean? Somewhere. And for two, you wasting ammo. You know what I mean? We just saw in the pandemic how that shit can become scarce.
Absolutely. And it's coming again. People don't understand that pre-pandemic and post-pandemic white people, how they stockpile firearms and ammunition. Like I'm a gun guy, and I used to like to go to the range a lot. Me and my son used to like to go to the range, and we got to the point where we would go into the shelves would be empty. And as a matter of fact, we would go to some stores where they were waiting on the guy to come out of the back with certain kinds of ammo. And as soon as he put it on the shelf, it was gone. As in Cabela's, we did this all the time. It took me months and months. I was in there trying to find AR-15 ammo and AK-47 ammo. And where I used to be able to get it easily, just go to Fleet Farm, we had to go all the way up to Cabela's, and they was waiting. Like 7.6.
I ain't never been to either one of those. I just went to like regular gun stores. Well, in Germantown or something. That's my spot to go to, Germantown gun shops. But it wasn't that hard for me during the pandemic. I was getting plenty guns and bullets.
I just needed bullets. I had plenty of guns.
And then the gun shows, you pull up to a gun show, they have bags of bullets. You know, you got to be like, you need to look a little harder, kid. You only just be messing with Farm and Fleet and Cabela's, is it?
I don't know what other gun store you go to in Germantown. And when Eddie Silas had Wisconsin Firearms and Trading, I used to go up there. Transfers, I used to go up there, but he's on the south side now. So with Prolific, so I'm gonna be going over there trying to work with him and Eagle Eye Shaw. But I don't know where else. And I'm really particular too about going in certain spots in Germantown, and buying a gun, because that's where the Federale, as soon as you walk out that store, the nigger just left. He bought a 40 caliber. I don't, I'm real. It's called Germantown. That's a key indicator for me.
Ron's shop. That's where I go. Ron's gun shop. Germantown is kind of close to Sindix.
What the hell? Somebody out of gas? What's going on? Said Ron's gun shop.
Yeah,
that's my spot. You know what I'm saying? Or just a gun show.
Yeah, I want to go. I've been trying to catch up with Eddie Silas because he does those gun shows with Prolific Firearms.
Oh, that's
I'm trying to hook up with him and go and just chill with him for a couple hours one weekend. But they've stepped up their production now, but it was just a period where just weeks in a row, and we would get whatever was available. So if it was a week where it was plenty 9mm, I grabbed that. If it was plenty 45, I grabbed that. And it was just like, man, one week it was all about 40 caliber, so I grabbed a bunch of that. And so it was hard though. The stocks, I still ain't found 44 Magnum. And I've been looking for that for years. I go online and everything. It's just, I don't know if they've stepped it back up, but I still can't find it. Let me stop talking like that before people think I'm crazy. This motherfucker was looking for 44 Magnum. I like to shoot, man. I like to shoot. Byron says, shout out to the Negroes that are taking care of business. Absolutely, man. You got Kamar, you got Courtney, you got Rail, you got myself, you got Sean, you, Byron. Atlas Burns in the chat room. It's a bunch of a lot of black men who handle their business rock with Outlaw Radio. I can say that. Erica said, that's right, Juice Lady. They're gonna defend their check and bash the person who's speaking out about the injustices.
That's right. Yeah, Steve Harvey's such a sucker. I think when I was kicking it with somebody last night, they like, yeah, let's find Steve Harvey for the new year. I'm like, man, we ain't looking for Steve Harvey, that nigga.
Wait, find him where? Where was he here?
I don't know. Maybe in previous years he used to do the countdown or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I was like, no, that ain't who we watching.
Because I know Boosie and Lil Webby was here last night, and that was like the thing. There was so many people there. I was like, wow. But the big up is nobody got killed last night. Nobody got killed last night, right? No, nobody in Wisconsin got killed last night. Right?
I was going to go see Boosie now too, but I ain't paying to see nothing like that. I gotta catch him walking down the street or something. I'm not paying $600.
I said Wisconsin. I meant Milwaukee. Nobody got killed in Milwaukee. Yeah, I'm not. I'm a little older, so Boosie. Hey man, Boosie will be here. Oh, you don't say. Like I don't know. I'm like what? I don't care. I'm not familiar with his music.
That would make you say, "Oh, you don't say." Like what name would you have to hear to get that response for you? That they come into town.
For me to be excited that they come in here, you mean, or for me to just kind of dismiss it like and
you don't say who here.
If they told me, somebody like Face was coming, or
that's what I was gonna say, Scarface.
Yeah, he's gonna be here. Oh, for real? Damn, that's gonna be crazy. Or some old school shit. I can't think of any new rapper. It would be like if they said, Roger Troutman Zap, his brothers who have kept the band going was coming. I'd be like, damn, that's gonna be live. Or if Cameo was coming, or Morris Day and the Time is gonna be like, what? But I'm not getting excited about Lil Boosie and Webby. I'm just older. I missed them. I was good and grown by the time they came on.
Kamar, what name would you have to hear to be kind of excited they was coming to town?
Tupac.
He said Tupac.
I feel that way. I would have to hear DMX or something. Like, what? But he did. So
No, but you know what? I tell you, recently, Killer Mike.
Okay.
I like his pro-blackness. You know what I mean? His flow is immaculate. His music is cold. Like, I really became a fan of Killer Mike, even more than just his last album.
Okay.
You know what I mean? In the recent months.
If I was still like out going to concert, like I'd be happy to hear Jasmine Sullivan live. I love Jasmine Sullivan, so I would I'm gonna check her out. But it's just
a lot of live bands I'd love to see.
There we go, live music. George Clinton Parliament coming. I want to see that shit.
It's some live bands I'd love to see. Right.
Earth, Wind, and Fire be here at Summerfest. Atlas Burns said 2024 should be the year of authenticity. If you're not, then move around. I like that. Authenticity. Right? I mean, yeah, that's a challenge though. It's a lot of people just don't know who they are. And that's the problem. Like a lot of us we haven't honed our own personal identity. We haven't said, this is who I am, this is what I stand for. And if you did, a lot of times maybe you was going at it.
That's part of the journey. That's part of the journey of life, figuring that out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's really part of the journey. Some of us figure it out before others, but you know what I mean? And some of us never even know to try to look.
Well, the world needs followers too. Everybody can't be a leader, right? Like,
no doubt.
Yeah, I like my fries hot. Like,
no doubt. I always tell people if you don't know what you're passionate in, find somebody who is and help them until you do.
Find some inspiration, right?
You know what I mean? Help somebody who walking in their path. You know what I'm saying? Help somebody like that until you figure out yours.
So when did all kinds of things with our music? We communicated, warned, and he said we did. I think he's saying we did all kinds of things with our music. We communicated, warned, and had general conversation with it. Yeah, like even if you know about gospel music was really like a rebel songs for us to talk to each other, and the white man didn't know what we were talking about. Right. Funny enough,
they used to talk to tribes, used to talk to the other tribes
with the song.
What I'm saying? And let them know when they was in the area, they'd be beating the drum. It's a certain pattern they would use to let them know we out here. So it wouldn't be no issue when they see each other type of shit. It was like you say, it was a way of communicating.
And hip hop started off as, I know a lot of people can't remember it. What made it great back in the days is it was ours. Like only we understood was being said on those songs. Like the slang and all that kind of stuff, the wordplay. White people weren't familiar with it. That's why at first it was like, oh, that's trash. Because they couldn't even decipher. Right. And that's what made it great, but now now that we know that the messages that are coming out of that now are no longer us. They're manipulated, they're guided, they're set up. It's contrived, right? It's watered down. That's what takes away from it. Byron says, speaking of taxes, adjust your purse and wallet to extra 7.9% sales taxes, about 17 cents per dollar. Just chiming in, brother Kev. Yeah, we talked about that. That was the first thing, and I said we're gonna review this year. That's the first thing I said. And then when we talk about Kamar in Illinois, where recreational marijuana use is legal and it's generating billions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars in tax revenue, and instead of doing that, our genius of a mayor says, no, let's just raise taxes and then let's ask them for about $100 million more for the stadium. Come on, man. That's why I say keep this in mind. This is an election year, right? Shabaka, what's going on with you, my brother?
Hey man, what's going on, man? Peace to y'all. Happy soul out return, brother. Kamar, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And I was communicating, man, with the drums. Is that we did war strategies with it, communicating with it, and then the cold part about it is, man, they also had used the Nile River, where they would beat the drums and they would have some type of device, you man, like echoing it through the water, and then on the receiving end, hundreds of miles down, man, you'll still get the same communication. And these damn culture vultures, man, these motherfuckers, man, need to be paying some damn residuals. You know what I'm saying? Because, these sons of bitches, man, come up here talking about it's all good because I had a dispute with this white boy talking about Eminem was the greatest rapper of all time. And I said, motherfucker, how the hell you gonna sit up there and say a damn copycat artist is the greatest of all time, better than the originator of the shit? So then they come to me with this shit about, well, you black people need to get over it and all that. And I says, what you motherfuckers need to do is go wash your ass, man, because at the time we were building pyramids, you nasty motherfuckers didn't even know how to wash your ass, which is a fact. Even they themselves had said that. You see, you know what I mean? And then too, y'all was talking about shooting the guns there off there in the mill, man, but in the great state of California, they catch you busting a cap, man, at New Year's, they would be more than happy to serve your ass 5 years in the state penitentiary. And yes, sir, you will be booked for a felon. Because what had happened in the mid 80s, cats went out there busting caps out there OBC, out of Compton, out of South Central. And then, of course, the bullets come down and an infant got killed and it made the news. So that's when California says, no, we catch you out here busting caps, man, you're doing 5 years. And then keep in mind is that California wants to disarm black people anyway, man, because they still ain't forgave Brother Huey for exercising his Second Amendment right. You know what I mean? And that's why they started that bullshit. Now, also, too, on this raggedy-ass election that's getting ready to come up, a lot of the states, man, is talking about taking the dump, as in human shit, off the ballot. And I want to make that perfectly clear. But old Gruesome Newsom, the governor of California, and California has the most electoral votes, right? He says, no, don't take them off the ballot here. Let the voters decide. Now, let me show you something. California is so twisted, man, is that California will elect a Republican governor and a Democratic lieutenant governor and then turn around, man, and do the exact damn opposite, man, in the following election. You see what I mean? So hopefully this dude, the dump, man, will get shut down, man, before it's time for him to do it. But with this here being 2024, this is going to be perhaps one of the most controversial presidential elections, man, since 1968.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because you got that Rami Salami dude up there, man. And me personally, and I don't care if he hear it, I like to whoop Rami Salami's ass, man, because he's going to sit up there and say, oh, you colored folks benefited for slavery. And I said, motherfucker, don't you know in your society you got what they call untouchables, where they look down on people because they got that caste system. And Brother Parrish, he knows a lot about that. You see what I mean? So if we was off in his Indian society in India, we would be considered the untouchables. And how the fuck is he going to sit up there and tell us that we don't deserve reparations when we built this motherfucker? You see what I'm saying? And then keep in mind, too, Mr. Barnes, you said something earlier. And yeah, we were here in the Americas, man, before that drunken savage by the name of Columbus, discovered it because, he was a drunk, right? Okay, so therefore he was going left when he thought he was going right. And then we had circumnavigated the globe, man, like about at least 500 years, man, before that drunk bastard Columbus, man, was a twitch in his daddy's pants, you know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to the ladies that are here on that, but we're just saying facts. Also, too, fuck Eminem, because I got into a dispute with some white dude talking about, well, all the other ones say he was the greatest rapper of all time. Now, how can this culture vulture motherfucker sit up here, be the greatest of all time when he's coming to our people, to get the tools to do it? You see, we too damn giving with our shit, man. We too damn giving with our culture. We too damn giving, man, with our money. In these other communities, their money circulate in their communities, man, 10, 15 times, man. It'll be a damn miracle, man, of $20 circulated within the black community, man, for a day. It's gone out the black community, man, as soon as it comes into the community. See, so therefore, man, this is why we created the hashtag resurrection of the mental dead. You know, we came a long way, but we still got a long way to go. And then since I'm in my twilight years, man, before I see the Almighty, then I'm sure you brothers the generations after me, man, with your consciousness, man, we'll shore this motherfucker up. We'll get knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And it's going because you all are the vanguard now. You see what I'm saying? And y'all is going to be down for yours. You know what I mean? This is why the hell they want to keep putting us into prison. This is why they want to get us all fucked up off of drugs. This is the reason why they want to fuck up relationships between black men and women. This is why they sit up there in these culture vultures talking about, well, you know, I'm with this, I'm with that. The cat is confused, but it was done deliberately. You know, read the X-Man, you know, in his chapters, in his first chapters of his book, where, you know, he discussed about that because these here were black women who were being violated by the rape and slave trading pedophiles. This is what Black Friday was all about. And then they suspended me on Facebook, man, for about 30 days when I said it, but fuck them. You know what I'm saying? And this is what they did, you see. And then, of course, you know, when the white man was going up here violating the sister, the white woman's going to say, well, goes up there to the brother. If you ever saw a picture called Mandingo with Ken Norton, and the old white woman tell the brother if he doesn't do it to her, she'll tell the master that he raped her. So he's damned if he do, damned if he don't. You know what I'm saying?
You
yes, sir.
You never disappoint in in your depth, right? I want you to do this for my people. Tell them when you
yes,
and Paris are on. Tell them when you're on and how they can hear your show.
Oh, yes, sir, most definitely. Yeah, you know, Paris got the StreamYard going on that comes on every Saturday night with Mile High News. And I think we're going to be doing an additional episode today, you know, because he was communicating with me. So we got Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced on StreamYard. And we do it every Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? Keep in tune with Brother Paris on that. And then, as you all was saying, what you was right about, that Blog Talk ain't shit, okay? Because they've been shadow banning a few other pro-black podcasts as well, too. So, and then they sent me a damn letter. Well, man, we fucked you around last month, so next month is going to be free. So, hey, I will take the free service, man, because guess what? There ain't no money up on the debit card to pay them tricks. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you
right.
know? And then, of course, as you know, they always want to hit your bank account. So whatever you do, man, you know, you don't have them hit your bank account. You just go get a prepaid debit card. You see what I mean? Because, you know, they would charge you, man, when you least suspect it. And then keep in mind, you know, when people is doing all the stuff off their checking accounts, you know, you could have a clusterfuck, man, where you get 4 and 5 different bills that hit at the same time and you waiting on the payment to go through there. But now they're going to hit you with, well, it's a returned item. So now we hitting you with service charges. You see what I mean? You know, we got to think smart, man, here in 2024 is because this AI, this bullshit is going to be coming a lot more in 2024. Also, too, 2024 is a leap year, presidential election year, and it's the Olympics coming up in Paris in 2024. And we wish Sha'Carri Richardson the best, is because they saying that she's the greatest track star since FloJo. And FloJo was from LA, and of course our condolences, you know, to her husband upon her untimely passing as well too. So we got a lot of work to do here, Black family, in 2024. So what we got to do is get this cohesiveness going on. We got to start controlling some of this artificial intelligence ourselves because this shit is. And then we came across a report out of Silicon Valley. Is that one of these artificial intelligence robots turned on its master and killed the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Which I say is great news. You know what I mean? Because they're doing all this shit for profit. You see what I'm saying?
Let me catch
as opposed to a necessity.
Shabaka, let me catch my chat room.
Sir.
Because I'm behind in the chat room. People get to yelling
Absolutely.
at me, especially Courtney. She always yelling at me. She always
Okay.
yelling at me. I can't have been saying that. Shout out to Shireen. She said, I agree, Kevin Barnes. Shout out to Mikey, too, the deacon. That's man. Byron Terry said, get paid. Listen, you gotta get some money. Gotta get some money. I'm not one of these black people who are gonna tell you, you know, fuck capitalism and you don't get it. You gotta get you some bread. Especially and you gotta figure out how to manage it. Like we don't have an excuse anymore
Hey, it's a part on Killer Mike album where he got an old man hollering, "You can't do nothing if you broke. You can't do nothing if you broke."
I think I heard that. He's absolutely. I heard people with great messages and great plans for the community, and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. But when it ain't no bread, see, that's what we should have learned from Obama when he tried to come with the my brother's keeper shit. People say that's good, but then there was no money. That's why I didn't do shit. And he skated on that shit. Nobody ever calls
Exactly,
him
because
about
it's
it.
got
Nobody ever
yes,
calls
sir.
him
You
on
know,
it.
man, and you got to have revenue to function, man. You know what I'm saying?
You
On
better.
everything, you know. And then also too, as I said it here, Mr. Barnes, yeah, we circumnavigated the globe about 300 years before that savage Columbus landed on the shores of North America with his drunk, funky, stinking, nasty asses. You know what I'm saying?
So let
And
me
yeah, so we
see.
did that. And I also had,
Byron
yes, sir.
says cater bait was newborn babies, so abortion was not needed when it came to colors. Damn, that's hard.
Oh yeah, it's down in
Um,
Florida. Yeah,
Chantel Gwen
yeah.
said, "Happy birthday, Kamar." Paris in the chat room said,
Peace.
"Peace, outlaws from the mile high income and migrant flooded city." Frontline Black News, Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced and a revolutionary agenda. He says, "Happy birthday, Kamar." Mama
Peace.
Jenkins in the chat room, she said, "As soon as the weather break, all of you are invited to come over for a real fish fry. And if you don't want
What?
fish, we can also do your choice of whatever." I would love to be in the house. I would love to be in the building for that one, Mama Jenkins. Boy, I love me some fried fish.
Uh,
Yes. I had to bring
Lord willing,
my whole family with me. Like, y'all come on, we getting some fish.
Mm-hmm.
What you say, Sean?
I'll be there, Lord willing.
I know you will. You don't seem to ever miss a meal over there, Sean.
Hey,
Hey, but let me ask you, outlaws, this: how are y'all's Packers cheeseheads doing, man?
I
Shit,
ain't
we
know.
doing great, man. We just gotta beat the Bears.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh man, y'all have beat the Bears, man.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
gotta,
Them dudes is
I got a point in my talking points that said Black QB and GB, and as we're reviewing the year, so I'm gonna talk about a little in a minute about this black quarterback that's in Green Bay kicking the doors off. Like Kamar said, if they beat Chicago,
oh
they go
okay.
to the playoffs, and he's blown away Favre and Rodgers statistically their first year as a starter. So it's another example of black
Mm.
excellence. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
said
indeed,
all these
indeed,
guns and
indeed.
not one wasted shot, said Byron. He said Paris said it sounded like
Yeah.
Beirut last night, North Aurora. Mama Jenkins said KB. She said, how old do a child have to be before they can go to the range? I told Sean that today. Also, nobody lost their life last night. They got shot but didn't die. Right. Nobody got killed. That's a long time. You know what? I don't know what the age limit is. My son started going with me. He's 17 now. He started going with me when he was about 13. So I took him
Right.
for the first time.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's I don't know. Of course, I would say take your 5-year-old in there, but I
I
don't
don't think it's
know.
a limit though, because I
I
feel
don't
like
think it
white
is
folks be
either
taking 5-year-olds.
because it's parental. It's parental. You know, you got your kids, so I don't. But yeah, I started him.
Right.
I started him early because I didn't want. I wanted to take away from it being like a challenge for him to say, "Oh, my father has guns. I'm gonna go sneak and look at him," or get one and accidentally don't know what he's doing and have it go off. He's always known about them, and so I took him and showed him this is how you do this and this is how you do
Right.
that, and so I don't
Yes,
think
sir.
he's fascinated by it like other young cats are now. Like he can play Grand Theft Auto and
Hmm.
shoot a gun, and he knows this ain't realistic because I've shot guns before, so I know.
Right.
So I don't know, but I think
Right.
I don't think there's a limit, Mama Jenkins. I think as long as you are there, they can go.
Yeah, because I
Um,
looked it up online and it really didn't say a number. It just said anybody under 18 has to have a parent.
okay. Shout out to Key Minor. Shout out to you. Happy New Year, my sister. How you doing? How you doing? Courtney Francois. Oh, that's you. Okay,
That's
I'm
me. Go
catching
ahead
up.
and read it. Don't be skipping over my comments, man. Order.
She said her son been going since middle school. Is that good enough? Is that good enough?
Thank you.
Okay. Eagle Eyes, what it do, my brother? I talked about you earlier. I'm still trying to put Trigger Happy TV together. And it's kind of expanded now because of the things that Eagle Eyes is bringing to the table in terms of access. This shit is going to be dope. Trust me. I just got to put my twos and fews together. I said I wanted to really start it out fresh this year. So Trigger Happy TV is coming. Let me see what we got. Paris said that's why they outlawed the drum during the early days of America, because I guess because black people were using it to communicate. He said they call it jungle music. He's shouting out Shabaka. Paris Deshaun said, fuck Eminem, damn modern day Elvis, damn culture vulture. Listen, I don't think Eminem is a culture vulture. I don't think he's a culture vulture, because Eminem is a poor white dude from the trailer park who heard hip hop, obviously, and fell in love with it and became very skilled at what he does. But he is a white rapper. I'm not going to say he's the greatest rapper. I'm going to say he's a white rapper. I'm not going to say he's a culture vulture, because I think Eminem, at the end of the day, white is white, and his whiteness worked for him in that regard. But he's been in Detroit and some, affiliated with some real individuals. I don't think he's a culture vulture. I just think he's just a white rapper. I think Eminem was a culture vulture, right? I would even say the Beastie Boys were culture vultures. I know that's controversial for a lot of hip hop people, because they didn't stay. They just jumped on a rap trend for a minute, and you never heard another hip hop nothing come from them. They became a punk rock band. He said Tangibles born. He said Tangibles or no, vote 2024 reparations, or no, vote 2024. That's Parrish. Let me catch up, y'all. Let me catch up. Eagle Eye says Shabaka saying core saying some real shit. Shabaka always come with the multiple fire. You got to get down. Multiple fire, just rapid fire. It goes. Shabaka wastes no time, right? You get on the microphone, he's going.
Sir, I'm just telling you what I lived through and what I witnessed being an old bastard. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you what I lived through.
Mama Jenkins said you learning today on Outlaw Radio. We try to make you laugh, but we also try to make you think. And for yourself, not to think like us. That's where we always have been, where it's like we're not trying to tell you how to think, we just want you to think. That's just the most important part.
Right.
Paris said there every Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. This is Paris. He said every Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time and Friday morning. Okay, so those are the broken down times y'all can catch them. Tuesday evening at 8 and Friday morning at 10.
Yes, sir.
Naracha Shar, peace family. What up, my brother? On the East Coast, out in Maryland. Shout out to him. He said happy birthday, Kamar.
Peace.
Let me see. Eagle Eye said a kid can be 8+ to go to a range. Okay. 8+. I know I just waited, and every time I get ready to leave, my son be like, Dad, can I go? And I would always be like, no. And then once I realized he was about 13, I said, I don't care if your mama say it's cool. She looked at me like, you really gonna take him to the gun range? I said, yeah. He jumped up in the floor like, yes. I didn't know the whole time he had been going on YouTube doing his own research. So he got in the range, went to talk about triggers and all this kind of like, what you know about that? I be watching on YouTube. So he knew, oh, Dad, I like the Glock 17's trigger more so than I like the 45, the XD. I'm like, what do you know about this shit? So pretty good shot too, man, to not have ever did it. My father taught me how to shoot, though. My father was a hunter. So he took me in the woods, gave me a 12 gauge shotgun, and it's like, shoot it. Shit. First time it almost knocked me down. I tried to give it back. He said, no, you wanted this. Keep going. I had to empty the gun. I was sore as hell. Big ass Winchester. Dion said, I'm glad to be back, man. We were off. It was the holidays. Like I said, Courtney and everybody had to remind me, like, fuck the holidays. Let's get back on. I thought I was doing him a favor. Man. I thought I was doing him a favor. Like, we often what are you talking about? Let me catch up. Man, the chat room is popping. Said we need to teach our children how to properly use firearms. That's what other groups do, especially the whites. And see, this is just one thing that Eagle Eyes and Eddie Silas and myself all agree on. If you own a firearm and you don't know how to break it down, take it apart, clean it, maintain it, you don't understand the mannerisms of it and all that kind of stuff, you don't understand recoil, and then you don't need a firearm. This is not a toy. You don't need it. You got it sitting, you got to know how to oil it, you got to know how to do all these kinds of things. We need to teach our kids that. He said, I don't celebrate. This is Narachi. He said, I don't celebrate New Year's, but happy Single Awareness Day to y'all. Single awareness. Courtney, right. What is that? What is that? I don't know what that is. Single Awareness Day for single people.
But people can make up whatever they want, just like we do. So if this is his single awareness day, hey, I'll look it up
So it's
though.
whatever you want to be aware of, right?
Look, I'm gonna look it up. We're gonna see. Does this mean anything?
So you got to get some clarity on that.
Yeah.
You said Eminem is a culture vulture. He stole Master Ace and cannabis style and rhyme schemes. I said I didn't think he was. Kamar, you think Eminem a culture vulture?
No, I just think he started rapping.
Okay.
Culture, you know what I mean? Like culture vulture. Like somebody, okay, let's talk about Lai or Cole, who we was just talking about, who Dame Dash talk about. You know what I mean? Culture vulture. Like he's actually signing motherfuckers who promoting bullshit to get paid off of the bullshit parts of our culture. Culture vulture.
And
You know
he's
what I
making
mean?
more than they are off their own
And I
art.
don't think Eminem was doing that to our culture. If anything, Eminem was shitting on his own culture because he was talking about his mama doing pills, his baby mama cheating on him. And you know what I mean? He had his own problems that he talked about. He never talked about our shit.
And Eminem did make that racist shit that came out when Benzino was at him, where he dissed black women, and he
Right.
did that when he was young. He did that. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, how could he ever be the greatest rapper when he actually did this kind of shit?
Right.
People don't think, man. A lot of times they just be happy to have a white friend. Paris
Single
said,
Awareness Day is February 15th. It is the day where you celebrate and acknowledge being single. But we know a lot of people in our world, we call that the side piece day, February 15th.
oh,
So whatever you want it to be. If you want to be Single Awareness Day, side piece day, but technically that really is a day, but it's February 15th.
I thought they call it Lonely Day. That's what they should call
Hey,
it.
whichever you.
Beastie Boys, Third Base, Vanilla Ice, Informer were all culture vultures, Kev. If I look at Third Base and I look at some of their lyrics, some of it was emulating 5%er knowledge. If you understand, what a lot of the stuff that Search is saying, even though Search is a Jewish dude from Brooklyn,
Hey,
again,
I really, I could be wrong, but like I said, I think Dame Dash started that whole culture vulture term, right? And again, he was talking about people of other cultures, you know what I mean, exploiting our bad parts and getting paid off of it. Vlad TV, you know what I mean, exploiting bad parts of our culture and getting paid off of it. You know
and
what I
then
mean?
coming in with something that was supposed to be positive every now and then and saying, see, I don't just promote, but the bullshit is what built the house.
Yeah, Beastie Boys, Third Base, you know what I mean? Them, they got money off of our culture, yeah. But I don't think they was really exploiting us.
This is true. I think they were emulating more so than exploiting. And with Leor Cohen and any executives that you go back and you look at, if you're making more money off my art than me, you're exploiting me. I don't give a fuck what you say. If I come up with the music and the look and the lyrics and all of this, and you give me a pinch of what's made and don't even leave me with ownership a lot of times, you a culture vulture. There's no doubt on that. So we can put a pin in that. That's well done. Naracha says my grandmother's second husband showed me how to shoot. Rest in peace, Mr. Duke. It's always good to have an OG show you. My pop he surely showed me. But it's you under pressure when you're in the woods at 2:00 at night hunting raccoons, and the raccoons is looking down the tree at you, and you got the gun, and he says, "Shoot it." You better shoot it. And we talk about huge raccoons the size of German shepherds coming down the tree. Like it ain't like a raccoon. You come out your house and it's a raccoon by the garbage. He run. You go in the woods. You in their house. They looking at you like I'm about to fuck you up. You ain't got no business being here. So
raccoons by the garbage do not run. I done threw stuff and then they just go over there. They don't run.
Every raccoon I've ever seen in the city, when he sees you, he hits it.
Man,
he's gone.
Looking, what up? And I'd be like, so you're not gonna run on through a bottle? Ran over to the bottle.
And he still didn't run?
No.
Oh man, you gotta get a pellet gun. That's a declaration of war. If he don't run, I go get me a. You can get you a CO2 pellet gun. He'll run the next time he see you. You hit him right in his ass. He gonna remember like, don't go over there, bro.
Man.
She ain't bullshit. Me and my brother used to when I lived in my on Capitol, we would have there was raccoons over there a lot, because due to the proximity of Lincoln Park and it's water over there, so we possums, all kinds of stuff. But we see raccoons, my brother goes straight to the pellet guns, tapping their ass. Boom. They'd be like, man, when they see us, they would hit it. Like, here come these crazy motherfuckers,
Got a
country ass dudes.
slingshot. I could use that. Get my Bart Simpson on.
Actually,
I see
please don't tell me you that cold with a slingshot where you
I get my practice in with them. I get it eventually.
Slingshot at him. Dion said, I want no fake ass lying niggas to breathe the same air I do. Oh, authenticity? That's a question mark? Is that authenticity? Paris LaShawn, he said, I'm starting a youth day. I'll keep everyone posted. That was Eagle Eyes. I'm sorry. Okay. That was Eagle Eyes who said that, but he's saying it to Paris. He's starting a youth day. Okay. I want to be involved in that. Definitely. Keep me posted, Eagle Eyes. He said, I say it's not the gun that kills people, it's the fundamental of one that kills people. And the Single Awareness Day is a holiday I made to celebrate my sin. He made it up. It's his own holiday.
I mean,
that's why y'all ain't never heard it.
But it's a real
He said Eminem
thing.
was a punk rocker before he was a rapper. He told us on the Rim Slim Shady, he said he would use black music to make himself wealthy.
But what about that whole 7 Mile story though? Like, he didn't have no bunch of black friends that was rapping and shit. And
right.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, maybe he did do some punk rock, but he probably wasn't that good at it.
Well, if you hear rest in peace to Proof, who was very bona fide in terms of Detroit and their hip hop scene from D12, right. Truth talks about him really being poor. Like, Proof is saying, like, my mother used to make me give him some of my old shoes because he was so raggedy, but he was around and people used to diss him, but he didn't care because he loved the music. I just don't think he's a culture vulture. I just don't. I'm honest about the fact that, yeah, he can rap, but that's never made me say, oh, I'm so impressed because a white boy could rap, because there's thousands of black dudes who can rap.
I understand their perspective, though. You know what I mean? Because some, like I say, it's just about what you feel like a culture vulture is. You know what I mean? Like, some people may feel like, if you're white, you shouldn't be rapping. You get money off rap. That's culture vulturing. I get it if that's, you know what I mean? If that's how you feel, I get it.
I have always had an issue with white rappers because I just feel like the essence of hip hop came from the struggle of the black community. I could be wrong, but I felt like anytime a white person was rapping, it was kind of like, are you mocking me? Like, is that funny to you? Like, I've always kind of felt like, 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 what is this shit about? He said, now forever your man day. I don't know what that is. That's Naracha. So what has Eminem done for the black community? What has he contributed? That's a good question, but there's a lot of rappers who ain't done shit that are black, that are from the community, that ain't contributed nothing or done nothing. And I don't know the degrees of his philanthropy either. I don't know what he's done in terms of, I'm pretty sure he's done some things in Michigan, in Detroit, for the community that he comes from. I don't know what they are because I'm not that big of a fan of him. He said those some big ass the raccoons that me and my dad used to hunt. These is raccoons that live off corn. They just eat the corn out the fields. They eat naturally. They wasn't eating garbage. So yeah, you got some big ass raccoons. That's why we used to sell the hides. You get like $25 a hide when we would kill them. So, me and my dad used to go in there and get bang bang, shoot them up. Said I dated a girl who had, oh my God, raccoon. I walked into that one. Said he dated a girl who had raccoon eyes. That's not a good sign, by the way. I don't know if you know about Pizzagate and all that kind of stuff. It's not a good thing for people to have raccoon eyes.
You could have had black eyes, man. Got into an accident because I know I didn't have a rollover accident. I had 2 black eyes, so now it is kind of dark under my eyes permanently. So
yeah, but there's also kids who, when somebody's forcefully sodomized,
I ain't talking about no kids
anybody who's forcefully sodomized over a long period of time has the blood vessels around their eyes. They call them what they call them, pepperoni pizza. Pepperoni pizza. That's what they call them at Pizzagate, the pedophiles.
Yeah, I didn't think you would get that type of stuff, Kev. Look at you.
I know a little bit of everything.
Okay, Kev.
I know a little bit of everything.
Look at you on 20. You
didn't know what's the difference between raccoons and coons? What's the difference between raccoons and coons? Coon is what my father and them called them. I never heard my daddy say raccoon ever. He always said coons. He's a coon dog. To get my coon dog, let's go get
I
coon.
think the difference is if you eat them, you call them coons.
Yeah,
Okay.
I eat coons.
You know what I mean? Because like I never heard nobody who eat coon call them raccoon. Like, yeah, we finna eat raccoon tonight. We finna eat coon tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a
You know
party.
what I mean? I just think it's just all. I think that's the difference, whether you eat raccoon or not.
It was
We
a
got a
party for
call.
my family. My uncles and possum. They gonna eat the goddamn they gonna eat possum.
Dang.
Dion, what it do, man? What's going on?
Oh, man, I just wanted to call and wish the Outlaw family a happy New Year's and a Merry Christmas and all that good, SHIT. Just ain't heard from you in a little while. I'm glad you're back on and looking forward to big things this year with the Outlaw family. Maybe we can have a meet and greet like we did before our hangout. Hopefully Rail doing all right. It's good to hear from Sean. Happy birthday to you, my nigga Bull. Many, many more, and that's all, man. I ain't gonna hold you all. I'm just sitting back at the crib chilling. I ain't at work today, I'm just sitting back on the couch, taking it easy. Got to get up in the morning and go work at the school and get behind the road and sit in my truck and, trying to make some money, man. I'm about to head out for a little vacation at the end of this month, get away. And, like I said, man, I'm just happy we all safe, we all alive, everybody healthy, strength,
Where you
doing
going,
good.
Dion?
Outlaw family, we're going to keep up the good work, man. So I'm going to let you go. Care love, man, bro.
Right, for sure. Dion, Courtney wants to know where you going for vacation.
Man, me and Courtney, I don't be fucking with old girls. She be acting too funny for a real nigga, man. I'm going with my other woman. That's where I'm going. You hear me?
Okay.
All right, y'all. Love.
Oh my God. Dion is Milwaukee through and through, man. He carries that shit. Okay, so Paris said he said 8 Mile is not 8 Mile, not 7 Mile is where black people reside, not 8 Mile from what people from Detroit have told me. It's
well, I know that where he from was where white people was. He said they was trailer trash.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. Like I wasn't saying he was from a black community. I was talking about he had a bunch of black friends. He used to kick it with black people and shit.
He never struck me as a wigger though. He never struck me.
Right.
He never looked like he was posturing. He was just rapping. I
don't think he would never act. I never felt like he was trying to act like he was black.
His rap style ain't even black. He don't talk about black people shit.
Right.
So that's why I've always said he can't be the greatest rapper ever. We just seen Face do a tiny desk that Eminem couldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Let me see.
Paul.
I'm trying, Courtney.
Well, Eminem wasn't getting our money. He was getting white people money.
That's who made him. That's who got him over. Caller, what's going on?
What's going on, Outlaw family? It's Orlando.
Oh,
what up, Orlando?
Orlando, long time no hear, man. What's going on?
My favorite black
and
Republican.
Happy New Year to you all. There you go. Just want to say Happy New Year to you all and loving what you all do. Always bringing the the hot topics. Great conversation. Hadn't had a chance to really get an introduction to your new team, but I have watched, and I just want to say, man, y'all keep doing what you're doing, and it's awesome to always hear more voices.
That's what's up, Orlando. God bless, man. Happy New Year.
No doubt that. And happy birthday, man, Brother Kamar. And man, your topic scale was always hitting on point. How do you say? You have a great disdain for everybody. No matter what side you fall on, you got a disdain for everybody. So that's fair. That's fair for me. That's fair for me. So you all have a great night, man, and I'll continue to tune in and keep listening. Y'all take care.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Well, thank you.
Shout out to Orlando, man. Byron Terry said Jews control all this, and they always want to throw a white person into all cultures to explain their cultures. I just don't trust. When I keep telling y'all, behind every great fortune is a great crime, and behind every great crime is a white dude. So I just can't really trust. And if they, even when they come and say we want to invest, there's always a sidebar to it. It's always you're gonna have to compromise at a certain point. It's just like, damn. And we allow them sometimes out of necessity because of the financial aspects. Eagle Eye said Vlad and Adam 22 culture vultures. To me, they for sure eat off our situations. Adam 22 had a Klansman on his podcast and laughed with his side jokes. I would never support No Jumper. I don't either. I hate No Jumper. And I'm for real. Like I just
However, I do like race jokes. I don't care who telling them. I do like race jokes.
there's some they can be funny. But
Right.
if it's unbalanced, I'm not laughing. And when I say unbalanced, like I'm not cool on watching a room full of white dudes make race jokes.
Right.
You
You
know,
ain't finna just go in. If I
nah,
can't go back, if I can't get back at
right.
him, you can't just go in on me.
I can't say, "Oh, white boy, you crazy," but guess what?
Right.
You know what I mean? So fuck Adam 22. Shireen says she never knew that. We cover so much. I'm just catching the chat room, y'all. Catching it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm the opposite of white supremacy, but like Men in Black with the metal piece, I'll pull it out on a racist beast and whip out their memory. This is Naracha. Let me see. I'm just trying to catch the chat room, y'all, because I want to move. I want to move into what is probably the biggest thing that really came this year in 2022 that really kind of really set Black America on his head was the emergence.
2023.
Yeah, in 2023. I'm sorry. The emergence of ratchet female rap, and Sexy Red was voted. Well, we know about Rolling Stone. We know they're compromised. Sexy Red was voted the rapper of the year, the hip hop artist of the
Oh, wow.
year.
Damn.
She has blown up. She is on every platform. She's blowing up. She gets song with Drake, song with the biggest rappers coming out at all the shows. She's getting love from mainstream radio. And so the ratchet rap with Sukiana, coming up this year with the booty eating and all this kind of stuff. Like that was a big thing this year because a lot of us got worried about our young Black women being poisoned by that. And that's the problem with Leora Cohen, who brings in setting a precedent to say, okay, we're gonna really focus on the negative shit in their community. It's very profitable. You look at Chicago drill rap, how many of them are dead? Right? Yeah. This last year was the only year, was the
They don't
first year in a
even
long
make it
time where
past
no
25.
rappers died.
They
No
don't
rappers
even
got
make it
killed.
past 25.
A lot of them didn't. They
But
didn't.
were we not worried about this ratchet rap when Trina was fucking 5, 6 best friends? When you and no nan ho? You know what I'm saying?
Our parents was Courtney.
Oh, okay. Just making it.
So
How
this is
many of them
always
got locked
listen.
up
Hey,
though,
check it out. And
KB?
that's the thing right there. And that's the thing right there. I always preach it. Our parents was talking about our music just like we talk about the younger music. And the thing is this: when you get older, you start getting a better understanding about this music and what's happening. You know what I mean? When you get older, like you live through it. So like
Right.
we saw the NWAs, the Too Shorts, and all that shit. And off of that back, you know what I mean? We see how it is now. So we see how much worse it done got because of that. So we see this shit now, and it's really like, whoa. This Tupac even said, look, 10 years from now, we're gonna have a race of babies that hate the ladies. And what the fuck we going through now? Like, you know what I mean? So we understand what the music do, as our parents understood about the music too.
And Ice Cube said pretty soon hip hop won't be so nice. No Ice Cube, just Vanilla Ice. He said that in 1992, right? On Us. Like, so, yeah. But the ratchet rap thing for me, I just think things go in cycles. But Courtney, you are absolutely right because Trina, like you said, was foul. Lil Kim was foul. Foxy Brown, foul mouth. And I go all the way back to Choice on Rap A Lot. Choice was ugh. And she came out and dissed every male rapper. she dissed all of the male rappers, and she was man, her mouth was filthy. But once again,
violent now. Like the chicks be filthy, but they also violent. Like Sexy Red, you know, her booty hole and her all of that. But then she also gonna talk about somebody coming to slide on you too. You know what I'm saying? He gonna shoot
Setting
you
you
up.
up.
So right. So it's a lot of violence mixed in with the sexual stuff.
Yeah, but
Like
you look at the
real
top
freaky
rappers, you ex strippers, you know, just like and I Cardi B,
It's
I
a whole
like Cardi
stripper
B.
culture, man. That whole thing.
Right.
It's a
It's
stripper
that
culture.
whole girl, you can be a hoe and a slut for a few years, you'll still make it. Fuck college. Like I'm just like I- that's how it seems like that's what they're selling them. I want the sisters to realize though, what they're doing to you all is doing what they did to us in the 90s,
Right.
which they spoon fed us this dope dealer, big baller, boss, misogynistic. We don't love them hoes. Shoot the next man. They fed that to us
Hey,
and we ate
and
it up.
then kicked in truth in sentencing, mass incarceration and shit.
Right, 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 right,
So
right.
yeah, I'm gonna talk about the music now. You know what I mean, and what's happening because I seen the change. I seen what's going on. I see how it affects us.
Yeah, and I don't listen. Once again, I believe in freedom of speech. If you don't agree with something, change the channel. I'm never, and I don't think
Right.
that the women, I don't think the young sisters should be censored. I think what they're doing is showing that there's a need for male leadership in the community. I think they showing that we as fathers need to do a better job of getting our little girls saying, baby girl, that ain't what you want to do.
Look,
We
and
need to
then, and
work
then
on having stronger relationships with the mothers of our children so that we can provide some structure for them, and stop letting I didn't have a daddy be the excuse. Well, I grew up, I didn't have no father. I didn't have no father, right? I didn't. And so when I hear her talking about my baby need a new daddy, or like some of this shit's funny though. Like I'm just laughing, like, really? But get your money. Let that little young sister, because this could be a generational. The money she makes could change the trajectory of her whole family, even the kids that she has moving forward.
we just
Because
talked
there's
about.
wealth.
Hey, we just talked about if you don't know what to do with the money.
God
and
blow it.
keep doing ratchet shit like just getting knocked up by like y'all not even getting knocked up by other celebrity niggas. Like y'all just get knocked up by niggas still. Y'all get money and still doing ratchet shit like from her to even Summer Walker. You just steady getting knocked up by niggas, getting their names tatted. It's just this shit you see in the hood. Just publicize even more.
Hey, and we also see how them runs don't last.
That's what I was going to say. It's Megan Thee Stallion. She's had to reinvent herself, and I go on record to say when she first came out years ago, I said I like this sister. I think she's kind of clever. Obviously, she's pretty, but I don't want her to pigeonhole herself with this sex shit. Because
Right.
when that wears off, where you gonna be left? And look at what happened. She's come
Right.
out now and say, "Well, I'm gonna have to stop being a freak. I'm gonna have to stop having sex with everybody. I've been just letting it go." And it's like you get pigeonholed because that fad will burn out, like the whole fake booty thing. And now you got the
But
BBLs, all
even
that.
your even the time in the spotlight, that shit
Yeah,
gonna burn out.
your run goes away.
I was
I would
wondering,
challenge any of these rappers 30 years from now to go on Tiny Desk like Face did and still make that shit sound as good as it did. I
Hell
would
no.
challenge them.
good. I was talking about Eve the other day, and I remember like she was a dope ass female rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Do
She
not
didn't really
like
talk
Eve.
about sex too much. She had a good flow. Like Eve did her thing while she was in her time. To me,
And then she became a bed wench. But I did used to watch her show. I did. I used to like. I'm with you, and it's just like, and she became kind of like the poster child for
Hey,
sisters to
but you
start
know
saying,
what? When she was popping, I feel what Courtney's saying though. But
yeah,
when she was popping, you know what I
she's
mean?
yeah.
tight.
She was still the hood Eve, still wherever she was from, Philly or wherever that was, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? She was popping at that point. But you know, as she got older, started making different decisions, it made a lot of people question her a little bit. Like, how authentic were you?
it's like Serena Williams was the greatest black tennis player of all times, and then she became a bed wench. I'm sorry, it's never been the same. I'm
Oh
just
wow.
The dudes
it's like
from
Hey,
white.
why they bed witches? Hey, hey, kid, why they bed witches?
let me so
Right.
a couple different layers to this.
That's what
Um,
I gotta hear it. I gotta
Well,
hear it.
if you, as a person of color, right, cannot seem to find and achieve balance with another person of color, and you go to the other side and become more like a pet than a wife, to me, that's what they look at you as a pet. It's like, oh, she's so exotic. Like, oh, I got this, and she's with a Russian dude, right? And so and the money plays a part of it. And so you leave us, but you still come back to us to support your career. So y'all ain't good enough for me to marry, but y'all can go watch my movie. So when I see something, and I don't know the nature of her relationship, and people say, damn, Kev, that's harsh. To me, she represents bed wenches. Serena, the same way, you went and tried to date all of these rappers and athletes, and yeah, nobody wants to settle down with you. And then you just abandon, because there's some good black dudes that don't play in the NFL. If you say she ain't got money, well, it's black lawyers, it's black doctors, it's black educators, professors. They have money too, they have wealth. But you went got you a white dude, and you're happy. Now you took the gene pool that was unique to us. You look at Serena and tell that's a deep black gene pool, and you basically watered it down and diluted it by letting the Norwegian or whatever he is into your your bedroom. So therefore, you're
white man.
Say that again.
Call me a bed wench.
If you, Courtney, went and married a white dude and still was trying to come on Outlaw Radio and still be in the community doing stuff, I would be like, damn, is Courtney a bed wench? I would give you the benefit of the doubt, but I would ask Kamar one day. You probably would never.
What would you call her if he was Mexican?
Latino.
I would call her El Bed Wench.
El Bed
Wincho.
Right. El Bed Wincho. Right. I like listen, either you with us or you are against us. That's just how I look at it. Like, I don't, and it takes time. It takes time.
Latinos come from black people. They us, so no.
No, most Mexicans don't even like black people. They call us pinche maetes.
They don't know
fucking niggers. That's what they call us. Yeah, I don't rock with them either. Paris is still talking about Eminem. He said when he came out, he was dressed he's black, and all the rappers were getting white people money. Said they're the biggest consumers of hip hop and rap music. Yes, he said he had this debate with rapper X-Rated and Chuck D. Wow, you talk to some people who were really are factors. If you talk to Chuck D. Now, Racha, I didn't answer because I'm about to close the show. That's why I'm not freezing you out, my brother. I'm about to close the show. I don't want to. I forgot he loves Courtney too. He said, "Don't be jumping, my girl." You know what? But ultimately, it's up to you who you love. I have close friends and family who have white women, right? And it doesn't. One of my best friends, one of my closest long-term friends, he has a white woman, and it just is what it is. I have two long-term friends. Witches? They are what do they call them? I don't think they're bed wenches. There's another name for them. They're concubines. You compromised. If you're a black man and you marry a white woman, you're compromised. You can no longer see things fully from our perspective because you have to consider theirs because she's white. And if you have children by her, they're half white. So you can't ride on the black power thing like you used to. You got to say all of them except this one.
What if you don't consider her perspective whatsoever?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What you mean, Sean? Explain that to me.
What if you go snoring? My bad. What if you got a white woman and you don't consider her perspective, but you still got her?
That's kind of a one-sided relationship. I wouldn't want to be with a woman that I didn't consider her perspective, because then she's a white bed wench. She's actually a nigger lover. She's a mud shark.
I got a Aunt Becky that's like
mud shark.
Yeah, she's a mud shark.
Yeah, I'm Becky. She's down. Uncle Gerald gonna do his thing.
Hey man,
fuck with Aunt Becky. That's my people.
Yeah, we all.
I'm learning some new ones today, boy.
Well, once again, hold on. Once again, I'm not. If you out there and you listening, you got a white man or woman. I ain't got nothing against you. I'm not against interracial dating. I just call a spade a spade. I call it what it is.
You just got a name for you.
Well, no, that's what the white dudes. When I was in school, the white dudes used to call white girls who mess with us. They called them mud sharks. She's a mud shark, bro. That means she be over there in the black dorm with them black boys. That's why she walking like that. I mean, I'm just saying, like, the back been knocked out of alignment. Like with them nigger boys. I'm just saying, I don't, I, I have to call it what it is. Anything that's against solidarity in our community to me is bad. And you might, if you fall in love with a white woman and she the best thing for you, please, man, don't deny yourself. Because the most important thing is finding somebody who actually love you. But you got to understand, why am I with her? Are you with her for the right reasons? Simply because I love her, not because, man, you can't do shit with a black woman. You can't tell a black woman shit. Or black women, black men ain't shit. They all broke. They ain't worth a damn.
I think when any two races meet and get together like that is hard, you know what I mean, culturally. Because then, you know what I mean, I think a point in time comes when it's like, how do we raise our child? Do we raise a Muslim? Do we, you know what I mean? Do we raise them Buddhist? Do we raise them Christian? Do we, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of different stuff that come into part, because it's different stuff that like Puerto Ricans may feel feel as though it's disrespectful, and Russians don't. You know what I'm saying? So like now is the way we raising our kids could be conflicted in the future. You know, so like I think with any races, and I'm not saying that, you know what I mean, to do or not to do. I'm just saying I feel like it can be difficult, you know what I mean, in the future. Because we don't know how we gonna raise our kid now. Like,
well, we just had an example of when George Floyd happens. The last thing I would have needed is for my white woman to say, I understand. No, you don't. You don't understand. You don't get it. The last thing I needed is for her to say,
what if she feel like he deserved that?
She may have.
What if she standing firm on he was resisting? He was resisting.
Right. I don't understand why you people won't just do what they say.
Oh,
right.
Damn.
Listen, don't ever believe that when these people are married to these people of another race that they don't suffer some kind of, hold the fuck on. Wait a minute. Hold on. What the fuck you just say? Like I heard Serena talking about, I teach my husband. I keep him up on black issues. I taught him how to use a washcloth. Shit like that. I'm like, what? You got a puppy. You don't have a husband. You have a puppy, concubine. Narachi said he used to feel on his white teacher when he was on her butt when he was younger, and she used to smile and let him do it. She's a sicko if she let a little kid feel on her booty. See, you finna get exploited. Byron says, so all Negro Trump supporters are going against a race and against the grain. Now, you know what? I heard Minister Farrakhan talk about Trump, and he said some important things about Trump shitting on the media, shitting on the system, how it exists. Like he said Trump says some good things. So if you're a black Trump supporter, that does not necessarily make you an Uncle Tom in my book. I'm not going to say you're an Uncle Tom just because you vote for Trump. But if I start talking to you and I can hear that you've drank that Kool-Aid, and y'all know the Kool-Aid I'm talking about. Right. If you start talking that shit, then I'm gonna be like, you a coon.
Because you got some black people who really make educated decisions according to their life. You know what I mean? When it comes to voting and stuff like that. And some of their views may align with Trump's, you know what I'm saying, in certain ways. So to them, it behooves them to vote for Trump. That don't mean that they racist. That don't mean that they don't like black people. That don't mean that they against the struggle. You know what I'm saying? They just voting more towards their lifestyle and what fit what they trying to do.
And I love the fact that you use the word behooved. That's a dope ass word. But check this out. Let's be honest. Most Uncle Toms are Republicans, though. Like most black people that are Uncle Toms, they do identify with the Republican Party. Yeah. Not just Trump. A bunch of them.
Most, yep. And that's why that's why they got to carry that stereotype too.
Yeah, Trump is an anomaly. He's not your average ordinary white dude. Trump is, first of all, he's rich as shit. And he comes from, like I said, one of those great fortunes created by a white man and a great crime. His daddy was a fucking thug. So, you know, let me see. Before I get out of here, Byron says, so a black man voted for Trump is really abandoning the black woman. I'll take a racist white over a coochie for 15. Byron is crazy, man. So Willie D from the Ghetto Boys would say they are pussies if they support Trump. Yeah, I would hope he don't say that about the minister, right? I would hope he don't, come on, Will. Don't do that to the minister. Listen, we got to get out of here. It's after 10. I wanted to kind of give everybody some really quick before we go, something in 2023 that was a pivotal moment for you that you won't forget, that you won't, that moving forward, you'll always remember is something that you hold near and dear. And I can say, number one, my son is a senior in high school. So I was able to be here long enough to kind of guide him and still guide him through his senior year. My daughter turned 21 years old. She is a senior in college. And so when I think about 2023, I think about that like the year my kids finally grew up on my ass. Right. And I'm coming to the realization that this is about to be an empty nest. Right. I don't get to do all the fun shit I used to do when I had little kids. I've thoroughly enjoyed being a dad. So when I look at 2023, I say, well, that was the year it kind of switched because my kids got grown, right? So I'll never forget that. 2023 for me, that's the biggest. All the social media bullshit and all the fake ass narratives and all the shit we've talked about, none of it means more than that. So I would say 2023, that was it for me. Kamar, what's 2023? What you gonna think about when years from now you say, I remember that?
More vertical growth. More vertical growth. You know what I'm saying? More self-awareness. More self-change. I mean, the same thing I do every day. You know what I mean? The same thing I focus on every day. I just feel like every day I feel like I got to go harder. It's not a new year thing. You know what I mean? It's more of a mindset for me.
Okay. 2023 for you, Courtney. What you going to take with you?
I wasn't standing on enough business. As far as growth personally, I had a lot of growth, but I wasn't standing on business the way I should be and stand on people's necks and standing on boundaries and standards. So even today, as we entered 2024, if you could heard some of them phone calls, it was like, damn, look at me standing on them boundaries and standards. All right, nigga, bye. It was, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I think I am gonna do more of though? Like I've been thinking about this the past couple of days, man. Like harsh truth, giving the harsh truth.
Tough conversation.
Tired that small talk shit. I'm sick of it. You know what I mean? Talking to people to make them feel good. You know what I mean? Or not to make them feel good, but talking to people to what's the word I'm looking for?
Transparency.
Well, no, not transparency, but talking to people so it don't hurt their feelings so much. Right. You know what I mean? But just giving the truth. Short and quick, keeping it
simple. You're not catering to people.
Stop catering, yeah. Stop catering so much.
Yes.
Sean Moore, you still with us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sean. What you taking with you from 2023, Sean?
What am I taking with me?
What will you always remember from 2023? What was pivotal this year that you can look back and say that was an aha moment?
I can't pick out just one thing. What impacted me the most this year, though, hopefully I won't go through it again, is the death of my nephew. I really don't want to take a lot from 2023. It's 2024, man. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. This year marks 40 years that they killed my friend and my brother. So it's
absolutely.
Yeah. This year gonna be a year. Yes, sir.
22-4. I got
this
you.
Gonna be a special year.
40th year. Yeah, no doubt.
Y'all remember this was the year that I got back in school too. We're gonna remember that for 2023. That's when we got back in school.
When this show is over, everybody gonna be sitting around like, I should have said that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Start the village organization. We ain't done. Oh, let me tell y'all one last thing though. Before the year ended, somebody had me pull up and they was like, hey, so we created this space, and this space right here, this is for your juices and smoothies. Niggas want me to have a brick and mortar. Boy, they talking about you ain't got to pay rent for 6 months.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's a new year. It's 2024. Let's move forward. You know, your focus always should be to be better tomorrow than you were yesterday, right? So you don't necessarily have to say, well, I'm starting specifically on January 1st. And I want you to know if you make up your mind and you decide to change direction, you can do that shit in February or March. It doesn't have to be January. It's a good thing to have a fresh start, a new year, a new set of months, a new lunar calendar. But you know, improvement, self-improvement should always be your go-to, right? So I just want everybody to keep struggling and keep striving and don't get discouraged because you're struggling, because sometimes the struggle is the sweetest part of it. It's when you finally blow up and come out of it, you look back and say, man, I was a motivated, driven son of a bitch during them days. I wasn't taking no shorts, wasn't playing no games, and you never really get in touch with that energy again. Once you succeed, you try to find that person and you just can't find it. And so sometimes the struggle is sweet, man. Other than that, man, try try to be a positive in your community, man. Uh be a person that's about action and less about talking shit all the time. Because you know, talk is cheap, right? Conversation rules the nation because talk is cheap. You got to understand that. In the meantime and in between time, if your criticism of the black community outweighs your contribution, your ass is definitely a coon. And you need to listen to us Wednesday so we can uncoonify you. Because we'll be back Wednesday, y'all. Happy New Year's, happy holidays, happy birthday to the witch doctor. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love in 22-4. I'll see y'all Wednesday. Listen, the only way this thing will be official is if the people choose it. So that means share the show.